Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Monday afternoon. Welcome to the show. All right, this is a homework edition for me. I'm catching up, and you guys can join the conversation at some point after I educate myself, all right? Charlamagne, a.k.a. Leonard McKelvey, one of the hosts of the Breakfast Club, went on Lara, Trump's show on Fox last week. He spoke, and President Trump clapped at him hard. Was it a little too hard? No. Gave him equal shots like anybody else. I'm going to play some of the interview with Charlamagne. I'm going to reserve my comment because, again, this is homework for me. I've watched one clip, but I'm not fully in the loop. I do know that after President Trump got at him on his platform, Truth Social, Charlamagne has since responded on the Breakfast Club. Someone sent me a link. Thank you. I watched a little piece of that. But let me just say this early. Don't hate Charlamagne just to hate him. Black people have a tendency to do that without listening or absorbing what someone was trying to say. Now, I'm no Breakfast Club watcher, and that's because I'm an older man. There's just nothing there for me. But to those of you younger people, don't hate him just to hate him. In my opinion, which I'm going to give you later, he was on his best behavior. But Trump got at him, and I want you to chime in, call in, and let's have a healthy discussion about it, all right? Now, showrunner, oh my goodness, Gillie. Gillie has responded. No, he did not file a police report like I suggested, but he did respond. Are you guys up to speed? Good afternoon in the live chat. I will let you guys decide whether you think the response was entertaining, appropriate, a headshot, pow. Johnny Manziel, he's on YouTube now. He's been on there for less than 1 year. He got at Gillie, in case you don't know, after Cam Newton came on his show and then took a hard shot at Gillie by way of social media, talking about he was going to slap the shit out of him. Okay, so that's what we're discussing. A little bit later, I need someone from Jamaica or someone who understands Jamaican politics. Whoa. Let me ask you guys once again, are you up to speed? They're celebrating Pirates Week in Jamaica. Let me repeat that. They're celebrating Pirates Week in Jamaica. I've never been to Jamaica. I've always said I would rather eat a glass sandwich than go to Jamaica. And I said that about Puerto Rico as well. But I think I am going to Puerto Rico in October to look at some property in Old San Juan. But Jamaica, Pirates Week. Now, they have been celebrating Pirates Week in the Cayman Islands for years, decades. I get it. But Jamaica? Is this the first year, or did they have it in 2024? I'm confused. But let's come to it later because I don't want to get too riled up. When I saw that story, I said, what, are you kidding me? Okay. All right, let's start with Charlamagne again on Lara, Trump's show. And she was on the Breakfast Club, I guess, a couple of months back. And so he returned, the favor or something like that. I'm not fully sure. But in this particular clip, I will say this early. He speaks about his support still for Kamala Harris and voting for her again. But I will reserve comment until later, okay? All right, let's get down to business. Good afternoon. Here we go.
All right. Well, Charlamagne, I'm so honored to have you here. Thanks for coming on My View.
Lara, thank you for having me. You did Breakfast Club. I had to return the favor.
Yeah, we're trying to reciprocate. I appreciate that very much. So look, we're 6 months into President Trump's second term in office. Now, I know you've been critical. You've had your bones to pick with President Trump. If you took his name out of it and looked solely at what has happened, the policies and the things that have changed around the world and in our country over the first 6 months, how do you rate his presidency so far?
I wouldn't give it a good rating,
Why not?
Simply because, the least of us are still being impacted the worst. Like when you look at something like, the big, beautiful bill, that's something that, I'm going to benefit from because of the tax bracket that I'm in. But, there's going to be so many people that's hurt by that bill. And, anything that, takes away Medicaid from people and is going to put people in a worse financial situation than, they were previously in, I'm not for. And, he ran on that. Like he ran on, the economy. He ran on saying that, grocery prices are going to be down and,
That has happened.
No.
Inflation is trending down. And by the way, Medicaid, we want to make sure that people who are not actual recipients or shouldn't be getting Medicaid are off of Medicaid so it can actually benefit more people. There is good stuff in that bill, though. You have the 2017 tax cuts that are made permanent, and that really is for everybody.
For who, though?
But that's for everyone. Everyone in this country is impacted by that. You also have things, by the way, like money going to school choice for parents all across this country. Mm-hmm. There is a lot of good that I think will come out of the big, beautiful bill. But what about things like...
Right now, people are hurting. And he campaigned on immediate change, day one change.
And you don't think you felt any change? People aren't feeling change.
No.
Do you feel safer knowing that Iran will not have the ability to develop a nuclear weapon?
Iran?
Yeah.
Sure. I feel safe if you're telling me that a country won't have the ability to build a nuclear weapon.
Do you feel better knowing our borders closed?
Yes.
Okay, so there
don't get me wrong. There's certain things that I absolutely understood. Like as far as border security, but I understood border security for different reasons. Like people were complaining about the border because they felt like people were coming into the country and taking jobs away from people in certain areas and certain communities. And that is the conversation that I had been hearing for the past year and a half prior to the election. I understand that, but I want to see the criminals and illegal immigrants, actually deported.
That's happening.
Not people who are here, trying to go through the process of being in this country legally. Like when you see people actually getting deported and getting detained, and they're actually trying to go through the process of being American citizens, that's not right.
Well, we're allowing those people to leave. They actually get money to leave, and then they get to reapply to come back here the right way.
But leave and go where?
They go back to their home country, and then
what if they've never even been to that country?
Well, they have been to that country. That's where they came here from. But let me ask you this. Hold on.
Some of them haven't, though. A lot of them haven't.
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of cases of people getting deported.
Well, some went to El Salvador who are from Venezuela, but those people have now been sent back to Venezuela. Let me ask you about how the Democrats have responded, though, in the first 6 months of this presidency. Mm-hmm. How do you rate their response? Because it feels like to a lot of people watching, they don't really have an alternative. And it's a lot of, we hate this because Donald Trump is trying to do it. What do you think of how they've reacted?
When you look at Democrats' approval rating in this country, when you look at Republicans' approval rating in this country, you see that Americans are just fed up with it all. Like, Democrats suck. We know that already, though. You know what I mean? So it's like, I knew that Trump would probably get in office again and fumble, but I also knew that Democrats wouldn't have the team put together properly to recover the ball. So what you're seeing right now from just American people is just a backlash to everything. People want something different.
Well, when I was on your show back in, I think it was October of last year, you told me that you would have been happy to have voted for Kamala Harris as the nominee for the Democrat Party. I want to ask you, do you still feel that way? Do you think she was the best representative and the best person for the Democrats in their chance to have a president this term?
Yes, I would have voted for, I did vote for Vice President Kamala Harris. But absolutely. Because, if you look right now, she's looking pretty good because a lot of the things that she said, President Trump would do, he actually did. And, I did a segment on The Daily Show, after he became president. I was like, prove people wrong. Everything that everybody is saying about you, everything that they say you're going to do, all you got to do is simply not do. But he did it anyway.
Well, let me ask you.
Not like he was listening to me. I'm just simply saying.
He listens to everyone. He takes input from all around. So Kamala Harris, listen to this. She now says that she is not going to seek becoming governor of California. Here's her statement. She says, "For now, my leadership and public service will not be in elected office. I look forward to getting back out and listening to the American people, helping elect Democrats across the nation who will fight fearlessly and sharing more details in the months ahead about my own plan." Charlamagne, if you look at what Democrat primary voters think about some of the candidates, look at where Kamala Harris falls. She's number 2 right here behind Pete Buttigieg. Do you think she should run for president again?
She can do whatever she wants. I don't personally know if I would run for president if I was her. And if she does, she has to get a real connection with the people. I think that's something that she's always been missing. If you look at from 2020 to now, whenever you see her, it always seems like it's transactional, right? Like she ran for president, so she was trying to get, people's attention for that. Then she became vice president. Then she became the actual nominee. People have never seen the VP just out having a conversation, doing what she says she wants to do right there, which is just being of service to the people in that way. And I think she just needs to establish a real connection with the people. I think any of those candidates that are attempting to run need to establish a real connection with the people. And I think that you do it by doing things like this. Like, you have to show up to the Fox Newses of the world. You have to show up to the Joe Rogans of the world. Hell, I think that in 2028, really now, until 2028, they should have their own platforms. They should be launching their own podcasts.
Should she have done Joe Rogan?
She definitely should have done Joe Rogan. I told her that personally. But more importantly, I think now they should be launching their own podcast. I got to give people like Gavin Newsom props. I got to give people like Nikki Haley props, even though I don't like Gavin Newsom's podcast. But the fact he has established his own platform, the fact people like Nikki Haley have established their own platform, that is how you're going to connect with people moving forward.
Well, I was going to ask you, what advice would you overall give Democrats? Sounds like for potential presidential nominees, you'd say they need to connect more with people. What overall advice would you give the party?
You got to throw the old regime completely under the bus. Like, whatever, whoever is going to be leading the party moving forward, whoever says that they're going to be the face of the party moving forward, you got to be willing to throw that old regime we just saw under the bus. I read Jake Tapper's The Original Sin. Right. So when a lie of that magnitude is told, and not just a lie that, we all read about, a lie that we saw with our own ears and heard with our own eyes.
Yeah.
And then, President Biden dropped out, when it was way too late. Like when you see that happen, you got to be willing to throw that old regime completely under the bus and say, hey, I am presenting something totally new.
As I said, I'm going to reserve my opinion until after I talk to a few of you. Folks, because this is homework for me. I wanted to see how the media is responding to him going on there. Again, not to support him and not to kick his back. But I just want to take note right quick, all right? And thank you for your donation, Kid. Kid, you're welcome to call in. You're welcome to call in, but I want to focus on what I'm doing first, okay? And you know what? Look, maybe I should play the Gillie video now. What do you think, guys? Play the Gillie video or take a few calls? This is pretty entertaining, if you ask me.
Come on, Johnny. Out of all the you can with Johnny, what the would make you stop at me, man? Huh? What would make you stop at that bus stop and with me, Johnny? I know what it was. I know exactly what it was. Ain't no secret. You hate all of that shit, Johnny. I figured by now that shit would have wore off, right? Johnny, what the would make you get up and just say, you gonna slap me? Out of all the motherfuckers on planet Earth, Johnny, you gonna slap me? Had to be this shit right here, Johnny. Because it ain't 1917 no more, Johnny. This is 2025. Fight back, Johnny. The make you think you just gonna slap me, and then what you just gonna do, you just gonna walk off about your business, Johnny, and just ain't nothing gonna happen, Johnny. No, we gonna have to put on a betting app, Johnny, to over and under for how many days you gonna lay in the hospital. And I'm taking 13 and a half days. I'm taking over, Johnny. Now, let me tell you something, Johnny. I need you to check in the AA, Alcohol Anonymous, and I need you to check the out of AAB, African American Business, Johnny. This shit ain't had nothing to do with you. Sit your dumb ass down somewhere. You hear me? Now, Cam said what he said about jailing. I told Cam he did something you couldn't do in a Super Bowl, and then Cam, big, goofy, extra sensitive ass, started talking personal shit. So you and Cam could both sit y'all super goofy asses down somewhere. Johnny and big sensitive, you big sassy ass, sit your dumb ass down somewhere. I don't know what the you got going on, but I told you neither one of y'all could with jailing. And then you talk about, I'm the biggest loser. You ain't did nothing on the football field. Neither did you, Johnny. You was in a league for 2 weeks. They sent you to the Australian Kangaroos. I think you did 2 years with the Lithuanian Bombers or some shit. As you talking about, you ain't did shit either. Get the out of here, Johnny. Right. Kev ain't never had one of these.
Okay, so that was Gillie's response. What say you in the live chat? Anybody want to call in? Was it the right response? And how serious was Johnny Manziel? Is he just cloud chasing? I think he is. I don't think he's really trying to put hands on Gillie, but then again, I don't know. All right. Okay, so let me also put on my showrunner here something that I really, really, really want to talk about. Now, if you understand or know about the history of the Caribbean, yes, there have been pirates in there for many, many decades, centuries. But to my knowledge, Jamaica celebrating Pirates Week is something new. Let me look in the live chat one more time before I go to a video. I have checked and double checked, and I think this is the first time. It's a little unnerving, but hey, it's a new day. Yes, a new Jamaica. Oh, and I'm sorry, guys. And slavery in Jamaica was one of the most brutal places on the planet, aside from America. I would even say more so than America. Derby's Dose. You've heard me speak about Derby's Dose on multiple occasions. That originated in Jamaica. Okay, so let me play a video here, and there's a female who I want to note before I play this entire video here. Okay, this comes by way of CVM TV News. Okay, 2 weeks ago, this particular video. Here we go. All right. Pay attention.
Meanwhile, Kingston is gearing up to host a brand new experience celebrating the city's rich pirate history through Kingston Pirates Week, which was also officially launched earlier in the week. Organizers are promising a mix of culture, tourism, and community engagement, as you'll hear in this report from Raymond Morrison.
Kingston is set to hoist the sail on a new flagship event this October. Kingston Pirates Week promises to celebrate the city's untold history as a former private haven while adding a new dimension to the tourism product.
We're very happy about it. We're happy to be in full support of it, and we know that it's going to be
The volume's a little bit low on this part right here, but it's important to the story, so just bear with me. Bear with me.
Huge contributor to the city of Kingston and the development of the tourism product here. It is a cornerstone event that does more than just ignite local pride. It also will become a significant economic engine over the years, and as it substantially boosts tourism in the country, where the industry is vital for sustained growth.
The week-long celebration will be anchored in Port Royal, once known as the pirate capital of the world, and includes events like beach cleanups, street dances, excursions, and the long-awaited return of the Kingston City Run.
The festival will culminate with the Port Royal Pirates and Seafood Festival on November 2nd, held at the Port Royal Cruise Ship Pier. Costume is required. The spectacular seafood celebration, the spectacular seaside celebration will feature gourmet
Audio is horrible.
Pirate combining live action adventure, human.
Professor Gordon Shirley, what better place for something like this than Port Royal, the historic coastal town once known as the richest and wildest city in the Western world?
The natural place for this to happen was at Port Royal, and we have developed.
I'm sorry, guys, this audio is bad. Just give me a second.
School led by Peter Shakir and Joan Paxton and has already attracted a slew of sponsors. The festivities set to begin in October, Kingston Pirates Week is already making waves as a one-of-a-kind experience that blends history.
Okay, let me stop right there. So this goes down in Jamaica, October the 30th until November the 2nd, okay? Hey there, area code 347. Please watch the language. I'm doing homework. Are you there? 347.
Yep. Good afternoon, Mr. Terrain. This is Firestarter.
Firestarter, how are you, man? What's cracking?
True story. I just want to start off. Good afternoon to the audience. I am coming to North Carolina tomorrow So, I'll be in the Emerald Isle area as well as Charlotte. So if you want to grab a drink on...
No, sir. I don't have time to link up and have coffee. But now let's talk about Charlamagne. President Trump got at him. You're a Breakfast Club guy, yes?
No, I'm not. I haven't watched a Breakfast interview in God knows when. But with Charlamagne, what he did to me, he didn't say anything that was kind of out like too crazy because, to be real, opposed to Trump's first presidency to now the economy is kind of not doing as well. So he has a point there. But he kind of kept it objective as well because he took shots at the Democrats as well as the Republicans. So it wasn't just straight, F Trump. It was both sides are just kind of fed up. I don't think he said anything that was out of control. That was ridiculous. Even when Trump said that he ended 5 wars, we know, the facts are that he really did not end the 5 wars. I think that the nuclear or the missile thing that he did in, I forgot where it was. It didn't even hit the base that it was supposed to hit. So he didn't say anything that was so outlandish. I think Trump just kind of responded and got mad because respectfully he got called out on his, I think that's his daughter-in-law or something like that on her show.
That's his daughter-in-law, yes.
So he was in his feelings.
Lara.
Yeah. I guess he was in his feelings about that because, as I said, Charlamagne kept it objective. He took shots at both sides. It wasn't just straight Trump. So Trump was just being Trump. He's in his feelings. Trump tweets at anybody. So that's just what that was about.
Well, to be fair, he said he would vote for Kamala Harris again, so that's not really being objective. I can appreciate, him speaking up, even if I don't necessarily think he's a knowledgeable guy with regards to politics, philosophy, religion, and again, other things. But I want to reserve my comment until you really chime in here. But now, does the audience, the Breakfast Club audience, here's the most important thing: do they respect him? Do they respect him, or
I don't,
or is he just a shuck and yuck type of guy?
I don't think they respect him, and I would say like the numbers show this. And when I say the numbers, look at the last election, right? They scream that they're syndicated in X amount of markets, so they're syndicated in essentially, let's say like Milwaukee, Florida, what have you. Those are the states that went to Trump. So if they were all influenced by him, why would they have not voted for Kamala, which we know that's his friend? He outright says that, he loves her, that's her friend, all that stuff. So he doesn't really have a cachet when it comes to the political spectrum towards his audience. So this is just him just kind of just speaking on his own opinions, which is, you can do whatever you want when it comes to that. But
is he better off just bashing the Democrats? Again, not saying he can't go on,
I think it is. I'm
not saying he can't go on right-leaning platforms, but would he be better off just bashing the Democrats to make more of an impact?
I think that's what he should do, honestly, because if you see now, a lot of people, it's kind of trendy, right? I am from the New York area, so right now they have that Indian guy who's trying to run for mayor, Downey or something like that. Everyone is bashing him, so it makes sense to kind of take a dump on the Democrats because it makes people say, "Oh my gosh, like black people are opening up their eyes at the Democratic Shield and all this other nonsense." So it makes more sense to kind of just keep bashing the Democrats and kind of laughing at them because both sides, especially Democrat and Republicans, are all washed up. They're all old, 70s, 60s. They're just old and washed up and with the same ideologies, right? Because just to bring it back, and I'll wrap it up shortly, between Trump's that beautiful bill and then to compare to Biden's, the thing that he did for the road, he also had a big bill. Both bills were bad. And this is a Democrat and a Republican bill. Both bills didn't do nothing. I can't speak on anyone else, but the roads over here is horrendous. So the Biden bill didn't do anything. And when it came to Trump's one big, beautiful bill, nothing's being done over here. Like, it doesn't help the economy. Nothing. Both sides suck. I'm going to just say it like that. Both sides suck. But
now you do vote, if I remember correctly. Do you vote?
Yes, I voted.
Okay.
I voted for Dr. Cornel West.
Really? Are you being serious or are you trolling?
I'm being so serious. I felt like I did research his policy. I didn't really like his vice president, the young lady who he was running with.
Okay.
But I felt like Dr. Cornel West, he's well-spoken. He's super intelligent. He had some ideas, I don't want to say similar to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad, but he had some sort of talking points that I did agree with. So, but yes, my vote did go to Dr. Cornel West. It didn't go to Trump or the other young lady.
Okay. Hey, are you Jamaican by any means? I'm really curious about Jamaica celebrating Pirates Week.
None at all. I'm not Jamaican at all. As I said, I will be coming to North Carolina to see what's out there. If you mind us,
I know.
No,
good to talk to you. That's one of my trolls. He's always coming to wherever I'm living. Oh, I'll be in Atlanta next week. I'll be in North Carolina. I appreciate the call though. Jamaicans, anybody from Yard? Celebrating Pirates Week. The Cayman Islands and other places, again, they've been celebrating Pirates Week. I think, is it 40 years or 42 years? Somebody help me out. Possibly longer. But Jamaica? St. Louis, okay, I had a call that dropped out. Give me a second. I got a video that I want to play, but this woman, she goes in kind of hard. Very hard. You know what? Hell, I'm going to play it early here so we can really get some context here. This woman's name, her video is called Celebrating the Murder of Our Ancestors, Pirate Week. And I think she starts at 24:39. Give me a second, guys. I have to load this up. 24:31. Just listen. This is not video. It's audio. And I'm going to get her name. I have been emailing someone back and forth with regards to this particular video, and the person gave me her name. Miguel, thank you, sir. Miguel is the guy who sent this video to me. Her name is Kabu Mayat. Has anybody heard of Kabu Mayat? I hope I'm saying her name right. She's a writer, educated in England. This is what she has to say about Pirates Week in Jamaica.
What in the name of our ancestors are they doing? What are they about to do? Who are these devils? Don't you see that the devil himself has walked into Jamaica and has possessed all of these people who are about to celebrate the wickedest time and the wickedest period against Black people on this island? Don't you see that? Who are these demons that have come forward? Who? Show yourself. What's your name? I'm calling on the pastors to look in their faces and ask them, who are you? Because they are legion. Look in their eyes, look in their faces. What about the discerning spirits on this island in Jamaica? What about the church? What about the pastors? Don't you see that there is a plan to celebrate Satan during the Heritage Week, Heritage Month? Don't you see that there is a plan backed by the ministries at the highest level? The tourism ministry is the highest ministry in Jamaica. Don't you see there is a plan to celebrate Satan and his works during the month, during Heritage Month? Where is the church on this Sunday morning? Where are the pastors? Where are the Christians? Or are you getting ready to dress up in your costumes like pirates, enslavers, rapists, sex traffickers, violators of children, owners of warehouses and sex shops? Where are you? Don't you see this? This has been published in the newspapers. They are talking about this. It's one of the biggest things that's planned on the island. Everybody's involved in it. Will the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, the Culture Minister, Babsy Grange, the Education Minister, Dana Morris Dixon.
She calling names.
The Tourism Minister, Ed Bartlett. The National Council on Reparations. Who are the members of the National Council of Reparations? Bert Samuels, my brother, my friend. Your voice is going to have to be heard. Babsy Grange is a chair of the National Council. Well, how are you asking for reparations and celebrating the debauchery of the enslaver? There is a conflict, a serious conflict. And this is worse than conflict. What kind of barbarity is being planned? And you announce this right around emancipation time. and you call for Emancipation Day to be wiped off the calendar and rolled into your debauchery.
She's cooking. Just give her a second. She's cooking.
You had a plan. So the event highlights include a series of, they said, four days packed with themed events. One is called Rhythms and Fete, which is a sound system driven musical party. This is the spirit of the Antichrist. I'm talking to everybody. I'm talking to the church. I'm talking to the Pan-Africans. I'm talking to the Rastafari community.
Hold on a second. 980, are you a real Jamaican? 980. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please don't kill the vibe. 980.
Good afternoon.
Yes, are you Jamaican? A real Jamaican?
No.
Okay.
No.
I need to put you on hold. Just stay there. Stay there. Calling and interrupting this queen. She's spitting fire.
I'm talking to the atheists. I'm talking to, it don't matter what you believe in. There's something here for you this morning. If you are Christian, this is the spirit of the Antichrist that is raising its ugly head on the island of Jamaica. Do you remember? A musical party, a sound system. Who retuning the country? Who has retuned Jamaica to this demonic spirit? Who retune us from 432 to 440? Who have us vibrating at a 440 hertz? Who retuning Jamaica? Who is retuning this nation? Why we vibrating on a demonic energy? A sound system musical party to celebrate what? Pirates Week. I ask you again, what is a pirate? Google it. Who is a pirate? Google the pirates of Port Royal. You know, when I interviewed Matthew Simmet last week, I did not know then that there was a plan to celebrate Pirates Week in Jamaica. And that interview, go back and listen to it, because it spoke directly to the wickedness that happened in Port Royal, to the fact that for years, the suppression of the slavery, the barbarity of slavery, the sex trafficking, the human trafficking, it was one of the most vicious forms of slavery practiced anywhere in the world, was practiced here on the island in Jamaica, in Port Royal.
Let me play that again in case you need another source. I've been saying this for decades, but you need someone else to tell you about slavery in Jamaica. Hold on.
The suppression of the slavery, the barbarity of slavery, the sex trafficking, the human trafficking, it was one of the most vicious forms of slavery practiced anywhere in the world, was practiced here on the island in Jamaica, in Port Royal.
Stop right there. Okay. I'm going to come back to this. That should be enough for you to at least, call in, educate me if you are of Jamaican descent or if you live there now. I know when I do the early shows, people from Jamaica do call in from time to time. Lance, I got your donation on the screen. Thank you, sir. Okay, so she's 55. Okay, yeah. Am I saying her name right? Kabul? Carsino for life. I got your donation, sir. Thank you so much. I'll check my email shortly. Area code 980. Are you there? Good afternoon. Please watch the language. 980.
Good afternoon.
Hey, how are you, sir?
All right. Now, I'm not 980. This is 704, area code.
It says 980, sir, but okay. You're hiding. It's okay. Where do you want to go? Come on.
First time caller, Star. Let me get this out the way. I understand the machine needs to be fed. We're going to take care of that. I'm an older guy, a little bit older than you, but in your class.
I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you so much for all that you do, that you bring information, valuable information, and like this right here. This is not entertainment. And I've been saying this for years. I went to college with some of those people from Jamaica.
Okay.
And I knew they was out of sort in the 80s, in the early 80s. And this right here is a continuation of what that young lady just said. The war against us, and they just flaunting it. flaunting it. And it ain't only there in Jamaica. It's all down there through the Caribbean. If you go down there, I've been down there twice.
Okay.
I never had the inkling to go back. But I want to thank you because you, not too long ago, talked about the treatment of how they did the slaves down there. And I think every chance you get, you should review and put it up for us in the other world, in the Western world, up here in the U.S. Thank you.
Well, hang on a second. I appreciate the call. I've never been to Jamaica, but I'm very curious because I've had many great friends who just happen to be Jamaican, very knowledgeable people, and not just the shower posse who I ran with for 3 years in the early 80s. But when I saw this, I said, Pirates Week in Jamaica? Now, I'm aware of it being celebrated in the Cayman Islands. Have you ever gone to Pirates Week or any other one of those islands that does celebrate it?
No, but I have been to Jamaica.
Okay.
And they treat the citizens down there horrible. The native citizens are treated horrible, i.e. the black people or the native Jamaicans, and it's horrible. And you could go back to Captain Morgan. Do you know who Captain Morgan was?
Of course. But now hold on a second. Okay, so you're older than me. I'm 61. You're in your 60s?
1960.
Okay.
1960.
Maybe we're just old. We need to get out the way with all that independence, all that Marley and them and Peter Tosh nonsense. Now is the time to get some paper. Now is the time to open up the gates of tourism. Come on in and have a festival of hedonism and debauchery, and let's all get paid. What do you think?
No, this is a continuous fight, and they do want us out the way because the old heads know that we're not going for none of that dumb stuff. No, we're not going for it, and they got it aimed for our kids, and we are at fault. Listen, Star, we laugh and we have this, but I'm going out on my shield, and I know you are too.
But I can't, sir. I've never been to Jamaica. I can't sit here and say, oh, this has got to be stopped. I can't say that. It's a newer generation. Hang on a second. I played a video here last month, and man, they are going crazy down there over KFC. There's a bunch of different locations going crazy.
I witnessed that.
Now, hold on a second. One of my friends back in the early 80s, the first time he was from Jamaica, from Trenchtown, and he had come over here to the States in Brooklyn. We went to McDonald's. He ate a Big Mac, and I swear to you, he threw up for like 45 minutes. So the older generation is different from now. Back then, they would not eat fast food, the ones that I knew, but now they're eating KFC. So maybe it's just big business now. Maybe the old heads like us need to get out the way. Now it's time to celebrate Pirates Week. Go ahead.
Star, other nationalities are running the business down in Jamaica. Other nationalities. Okay. And you're absolutely correct. And the people...
Take your time.
I'm kind of...
Take your time. No, take your time. Take your time.
Star, it's insidious on how they are overcoming us, or so-called people of color, or black people, however you want. And if you want to witness, go check out what's going on in Uganda. And I bring up Idi Amin because Idi Amin expelled a whole bunch of those people X amount of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
And right now, today, they're back in charge, feeding the Ugandans. It's right back like it was. The people from Pakistan and India. And if you go down to Jamaica, you're going to find you got people from the Chinese are going to be running that. Mm-hmm. There's a plan out of Florida. There's a group out of Florida, but they want to regionalize all of that, and they're going to push the natives or so-called people of color or black people, however you want to title it, they're going to subjugate them to just what they are.
Okay.
Prisoners.
Okay.
Consumers.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Hang on. I appreciate the call. I try to do morning homework research shows from time to time, so stay in touch. I appreciate you.
Definitely will. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Salute. Okay. All right. Good call. Number 016. Thank you for your comments, sir. I have never been to Jamaica, so this man might be right. I've seen some of the crime numbers, but that makes sense to me. Jamaica is celebrating pirates because they can't celebrate police or peace. The Crime and Murder Festival is celebrated year-round. Very good point. Very good point. Area code 516. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. I'm doing homework. Are you there? 516. Yes, no, maybe.
Good afternoon, Star.
Hey, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I just want to chime in on the Jamaican topic.
Yeah. Pirates Week. Pirates Week.
Yeah, I was born in Jamaica, raised in New York, but remember before Jamaica took over before Jamaica was a part of the British, it was occupied by the Spanish, and how the British got to Jamaica was using privateers before they were called privates. And Port Royal was their base for, plundering and stuff like
debauchery, sex trafficking,
yeah, so
children, and all sorts of ungodly things. Yes, I studied somewhat, sort of, back in the 8th grade in a school called Wardlaw. International and world history, not just American history. So, but that was back then. All right, what are you saying? Are you saying now it's time to get the bag? Never mind that old stuff. What are you saying?
This is just another British residue left over, British colonial residue left over from the past. Because Port Royal was the pirate capital of the Caribbean, and that's how the British got
of the world, sir.
So wealthy,
sir.
And yeah,
it was the world. Port Royal. It was huge.
Yeah, that's how the British got so wealthy.
Yes,
and basically, took over and became the biggest empire in the world at the time. So this is nothing but a celebration of, British colonialism. Just like how you still have Jamaicans getting married at Rose Hall, even though Rose Hall was a plantation house, but you have people getting married there all the time till this day, despite the history of Rose Hall. So
hang on a second, sir. I can appreciate your knowledge. You said you were born in Jamaica. How long did you live there before you came here?
I was born there. I stayed there until I was 2, and then I moved to New York.
Okay. And how often do you go back? Have you been back?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay. Are the judges still wearing the white wigs like they're in England, in Jamaica?
Yes. You have educated people still wearing them wigs, but it's because of tradition, That's their cop out.
Yeah.
Their cop out is tradition.
Hold on a second now. Here, I got one more video to play. The Prime Minister of Jamaica, he's down with this. This is not just, people trying to kick up some dust and get a bag. The Prime Minister, he's co-signed this. Yes?
Yeah, I mean, that whole talk about Jamaica being a republic, that's over. That's over. That ship has sailed, especially since the government, they just gifted Jamaica a new track and field stadium the other day. A 63-year-old, 65-year-old stadium that the British did build originally, and then the government didn't do anything to that stadium until a couple of days ago when the British gifted them some money to build a new stadium. So that whole Republican talk is over.
Okay, now hold on a second. So, Andrew Holness, that's his name, Prime Minister, 53 years.
AKA Bro God.
Okay, well, 53 years of age. According to my research, tell me if I'm wrong, this man is worth $200 million?
I don't know, but he's
Can you Google, sir? Sir, I'm doing homework. Can you help me? Is this man, it says 200 million. Lord Jesus. You got, last time I checked, you still got people living up under the goddamn bridges down there. And this man's worth 200 million.
In, 51 JMD.
What do you got?
The 51 million JMD. I'm not sure what that is in American money.
I see 200 million, sir. That's what that man is worth. But listen, man, I appreciate the call. Keep me posted, man. I mean, I'm a little shocked, but again, maybe that's that old stuff, knock it off. It's time to celebrate Pirates Week and bring down Johnny Depp and everybody and open up a big goddamn water park. What do you say?
And I don't know, man. I'm still waiting for the day that my country become a republic, man.
Okay. All right. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
No problem. God bless.
Yes, sir. Okay. Andrew Holness, Prime Minister. What? This nigga. Does he have green eyes or light gray eyes? Oh, that's one of them real slick black people, you know? European features. Carcino, he says, cool, let me send you over some of the... Okay. Carcino, just text me whenever you're ready, man. You should have my direct number. Carcino for life. He said he's got some breaking news, something about Gilbert Arenas. Yes, thank you, Deeds. I'm going to get to that a little bit later. The Simi Valley attack. Yeah, four teenagers were arrested. An 18-year-old black guy got beat half to death. Oh, get to that later. Let me focus on some of the other stuff here, okay? All right. Blade, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Blade says, I feel what she's saying, but the Yardis can get a bag from this via tourism. Real cowboys in the Old West were ruthless criminals, just as bad as any pirate, and look how they celebrated in American culture today. Okay. Are you excusing the violence? Blade? Are you saying just get over it? It's time to just, all celebrate and move forward. Area code 539. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. I'm doing a little homework here. Are you there? 539?
Yeah, Star?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm good.
Yeah, I just come to say a couple of things. I mean, when you look up and see who pirates is, that's why when you watch movies like the Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that, man, that was all slavery appropriation, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know that's what they was doing to. We looking at slavery on TV just thinking it's just a movie, but we're not knowing that this is tied into Jamaica. You know what I mean?
Right.
And see the pirates, man, they was very active in the slave trade. I think they was more brutal than anybody when the slave trade was happening, because they was reselling. They was supposed to be helping the slaves, you know what I'm saying, and liberating them, but they was enslaving them. They was selling them back to people, you know what I'm saying, on the Caribbean ports and stuff, man. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, especially like I mean, you got pirates names out here. They even in the US, they celebrate some of these pirates. I think it's a couple of schools out here that they got named after a couple of pirates, which is crazy. But yeah, man, it's real bad that a lot of Jamaicans don't fight for you know what I'm saying, for what they can. I mean, I ain't never been to Jamaica, but I can just imagine that it got to be more black people than anything out there, man. So they just need to come together, man, and just fight that, man. I mean, it's just like.
Well, hang on a second, sir. I appreciate the call. Can I ask, how old are you?
I'm 42.
Okay. You sound like a man who has knowledge. You even though you've never been to Jamaica, nor have I. All that old stuff is old stuff. It's time now to get the bag. Again, the prime minister is down with this. This is not just, an idea. This has been signed off on. It's going down coming up in a month and a half.
Yeah, I think he bought and paid for it, though. Just like we got the boule out here, man. I think that he got to be. He like the boule in Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? He's selling them people out.
Well, is that a bad thing? And I'm being as serious as colon.
Yeah,
hang on. I'm being as serious as colon cancer. Maybe the needs of the many far outweigh the problems of the few. It's time to just get over that. Come on. We got to eat. We got to compete with other nations. We've done shows here. I'm sure we've spoken about I think it's less than 10% of the beaches in Jamaica can only be accessed by the locals. Guys, is it 10% in the live chat? So I'm
right.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm rambling. Go ahead.
No, you're right. I think that he wrong for that, man. He shouldn't be. He worth over $200 million, and you got people that's sleeping next to infested waters and having to drink from the water that's, I mean, that's just, man, that's ridiculous, man. I mean, you know, if they're going to have a revolution, they might as well do like Haiti did and just kill they and start killing people, man.
Stop it, sir. You've never been to Jamaica, nor have I. But listen, I appreciate the call. Any thoughts on Charlamagne? Trump has called him a sleazebag.
Yeah, everything Trump said about him is right, man. Charlamagne he's weak, man. You know what I'm saying? He let that white man come on there and talk to him crazy. So he might as well let Trump talk to him crazy.
Good point.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Good point. I appreciate the call, man. Thank you.
Thanks, bro.
Yes, sir. Hold on a second. Okay, what is this here? Okay, Carcino, my eyes are bad. Are you calling in? He sent me something here that I can barely read. Okay, and that's somebody else. Thank you, Deeds. I'm going to get to that video again a little bit later. I want to discuss some of these topics here first. And I'm sorry, I have somebody's comment on the screen. I'm not sure the validity of your comment. Is it Rain Magic 1? The Jamaica Progressive Party, JPP, is promising, oh, really? $2 trillion agenda to transform the manifesto, promote, okay, to pay on the national debt. Might you want to call in and seriously tell me what's behind that? If what you're saying is true, I mean, I don't doubt that, but how long have they been trying to pay off the IMF, right? International Monetary Fund. Paying off the national debt. But now how about putting some of the money into the hands of the people? I'm just asking. The IMF, International Monetary Fund. I don't know. I'm just doing homework here. Hey, area code 773. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there? 773.
Yes, I'm here. It's Carcino.
Hey, what's up, man? Good to hear from you. Carcino for life.
What's good? Yes, sir. So
what'd you send me? Because my eyes are bad, man. You sent me stuff. I gotta blow up and pause. What is this? Come on.
Well, you know how we do. Gilbert Arenas, the man who was got a federal indicted for being involved in his alleged involvement in a legal gambling casino and a home he owns in a casino.
Okay.
And he claims that he was just renting it out to these people. He doesn't know anything. He doesn't know anything about these people.
Okay.
So at the same time as they in the federal investigation, they put down the timelines of his text messages from the alleged cooperator that they have from the other side that they listed as Arthur Katz. And Arthur Katz has this communication with Arenas' claims that he could get him more gamblers, he could do everything. And actually the felt on the table says Arena Poker Club.
Okay. Yeah, I saw that.
In the federal.
But now hold on a second.
Now
hold on a second, Carson. You know, if I can jump in, I'm hearing you out, but this is not my main topic of discussion. Guys, go to Carcino for Life on YouTube because I got to get back to what I'm researching. You sent me some screenshots. I don't even want to repeat this stuff unless I know if this is real. Who is supposedly guilty?
Oh, it's real.
Okay. Who is he supposedly talking to in these DMs?
Me.
That's you.
Me.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, you guys need to go to Carcino for Life's channel. I'm looking at what you sent me. I don't have a comment right now, but I appreciate you.
I'll send you the whole thing. It's a lot to condense, but he gave me the authorization to do all this. He said, I don't care. You guys can't stop me. Go ahead. Yeah.
Hold on a sec. Hold on, Carcino. Can I say with all due respect, please don't send that to me because I don't want to be involved in any discovery depositions. No. Seriously, I don't want to be that deep into it. But I'll send people to your platform. And are you going to be in contact with the authorities? Where is this going now?
I don't know if they subpoena me. I mean, but he thinks that he's untouchable. So I was like, all right, well,
okay.
Yeah, okay. He doesn't think this is big.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right.
I will get your banner. I'll get your banner to play at the end of the show so people can go right to your platform, man.
All right.
I appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Okay. Casino for Life tapping in. Okay, someone just sent me a text message. Can you say who you are? Because I had to get a new phone and I'm not sure which person that is. I appreciate the text message, but I just need some clarity, okay? All right. Billy, I got your donation via PayPal. Thank you for tapping in. 1051 fam. Oh, 1051 fam. Sir, can you call in? He just says salute. Okay. Billy's tapping in. Salute, sir. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you. Yeah, guys, this is a homework edition. I do research editions, homework. Homework's a little different because I'm trying to bring myself up to speed with regards to some of the things that, are of interest to me, but at the same time, I don't know for certain about this whole Jamaica celebrating Pirates Week. Let me play one more video here because, again, the Prime Minister in Jamaica, man, he's balling down there. Not saying that he can't. Not saying that he can't, but something's going on down there. They've got a new city. Hold on. I may have to take a trip to Jamaica before it just becomes something totally different and unrecognizable. Hold on, here we go.
That the country could soon have a new city along the south coast, this time in St. Elizabeth. Speaking at the opening of the new KFC location in Black River today, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness said, following advice from the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, the parish is the best option. Kalisha Williams has that story.
Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness used the opening of this KFC location in Black River, St. Elizabeth Saturday morning to announce what he has described as a big deal moment, not just for the parish, but for Jamaica.
But suffice to say that the area that we have been advised is the best area to do an entirely new city, and it is because all the requisite elements to create a new city exist here. And you don't want to create a city that replicates Montego Bay and replicates Kingston. You want to create something unique. And therefore, this parish, St. Elizabeth, would be where we would be looking to develop our new city.
While he did not name the specific town where the new city will be established, Dr. Holness indicated that for decades, Jamaica has not had any area that has been purposefully developed into a city. It must be noted that Kingston became a city after the earthquake destroyed Port Royal in 1692 and Montego Bay in 1981.
Maybe Spanish Town was the only purpose-built city. And I had tasked the UDC to identify the area that would be best suited for the development of the third city.
In going further, he explained that's the reason behind the government's push to improve the infrastructure in the parish.
You can now start to make sense of why it is that we are making certain massive investments in the parish, which would include the bypass for Spur Tree to go down and then the bypass to get to here.
I'm going to stop it right there. I don't want to talk crazy just to be talking crazy, but that's a white man with a tan right there. That looks like my Uncle Richard from St. Kitts. He's dead now, but that's a white man with a tan. Yes, no in the live chat? So that's the Prime Minister. Rich. Wealthy. New cities in Jamaica and Pirates Week. The hell? Area code 404. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Doing research. 404.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Star.
Hey. Who's this?
My name is, I used to call into the show a lot. I used to refer to myself as the minion of the hater.
Okay.
And a long time ago, a great man on these YouTube streets taught me something very profound, that Jamaica was a training plantation where they used to train the slaves.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not expect any better behavior. By the way, I am of West Indian descent.
Okay.
Grew up, born and raised in Flatbush, Brooklyn. So
Okay.
I can't speak on this subject. And it's just ridiculous how they would, continually prop up all of these British holidays and customs and so on and so forth.
Okay.
And, I can't stand the economic violence. I went to a West Indian restaurant a long time ago, and the cook of that restaurant walked into the Chinese food restaurant next door.
Mm-hmm.
I asked him why. He said, "Oh, because I wanted something different." And I was like, "Man, you got a big ass kitchen back there. You can make whatever you want." I was like, "Has those Chinese people ever come here and sampled your food?" He's like, "Man, they won't even say hello to me." That's economic violence, Star.
Yeah.
And Jamaica needs to start over again, because obviously when they put in these white, I don't know what to call them, white passing or black passing people as their prime minister and leaders, they're gonna go the same way as Haiti, my man. The same way as Haiti. And thanks a lot, Star, for doing these homework shows, because I would have never known why my baby mother never had any kind of expectation to hold on to her man, because that's what they were doing during slavery. They'd take the men away, sell the children, beat the children. And thanks a lot for that lesson on Derby's Dose. I learned a lot.
Right. Let me jump in and say that, again, I can't really look down upon what they're doing, because I've never been to Jamaica. Times change, people change, and for economic reasons. And as you saw, I just played the prime minister talking. It's time for a change. And they are, he's putting in a new city, So maybe it's time to make a shift, a pivot. I don't know where they are in terms of the IMF, International Monetary Fund, but something has to be done to turn things around. So maybe this is the right way. I don't know. But have you ever been to Pirates Week in any of the other places in the Caribbean?
Negative. My family's Trinidadian. We don't partake in those kind of things. You know what I mean?
Well, you got Carnival. You got Carnival now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay. So again, I'm a little off balance, but this is going down. It's a reality. Pirates Week. This is the first time in Jamaica. It's been throughout the Caribbean for decades, but first time in Jamaica. Final thoughts? I think your phone dropped out, sir, or you hit the mute button. Are you there? 404. Did you hit the mute button? I did not hang up on you. Okay, he must have hit the mute button. Okay. I appreciate the call. All right, guys, please, let's stay on topic. Again, I'm doing homework, so I don't want to, entertain a whole bunch of other different things that are going on in the world. Salute to Carcino for life, but I'm not doing this Gilbert Arena stuff right now. I'm not there. Somebody sent me an email and, Charlamagne. There's another video with him on. I don't know if this is him necessarily addressing anything that would be of interest to us. I'll give you my opinion on when Charlamagne goes on these political platforms. I have seen him on some of these platforms because I pay attention to politics. And I'm not going to hate on him just to hate on him. I've never met him. He sent me a cease and desist letter. His lawyer did one time because of the Jessica Reed story that I broke. But I don't, dislike the guy. I'm not a Breakfast Club watcher or listener. It doesn't speak to me personally. Okay, here's another video. Let me get this one ready. Let me say this, though. I think the issue that some people may have with him is that when he goes on these platforms, he doesn't execute well. There's a lot of stopping, stuttering, stalling, uncertainty about what he's saying. But when he's on the Breakfast Club, he can type things up. And then when he does his, what is that thing called? Donkey of the Day, he can read it. He can read what he typed. And in the world of radio, that's what you want. You want that quick, right to the point, polished content, if you will. So salute to him. I'm not hating, but with regards to going on these political platforms and when he stops, stutters, and stalls and things like that, it doesn't sound like he really knows what he's saying, with all due respect. So now that's not to give Trump any a pass for coming at his neck. But what say you? I'm sorry, guys. I can't find the other video with Charlamagne and Lara Trump. I'm going to have to come back to it. Flamethrower, I got your other donation. Looks like it's okay, thank you, Flamethrower. I don't know where he's going. Phone lines are open. Thank you again, Billy. Hey, Shanice, I got your donation. Thank you, darling. Okay, she said my homework and research shows get her through her midday lunch break. Okay, I'm glad I can be of service. Okay. Phone lines are still open, and let me now try to play another video to catch up on things. And guys, is Crime Skills available? Crime Skills calls in from time to time. Rastafari Ministries, is he available? Anybody to call in with regards to Jamaica celebrating Pirates Week? Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, Deeds, is there another video that you can find with regards to Pirates Week? But it would have to be a video from a news source. I don't want to play just somebody's podcast. If there's a video out there, please send that to me, okay? Okay, I played Gillie responding to Johnny Manziel. Here's something I need to watch, guys. It may not be of interest to too many people, but okay. Now, this is my girl here. She's giving Trump some smoke because of the whole tariffs in East India. Hold on a second. You guys who should know who she is. I've been playing her videos for quite some time, back when she was on WION. Here we go.
% tariff, he threatened penalties. Naturally, Indians were incensed. We saw the USA as obnoxious or too high. Global tsunami warnings. All this and more coming up. Let's get started.
Let me start this from the beginning. I'll do an edit. Just bear with me.
The gloves are off between India and Donald Trump. No more pretense of friendship, no more ambivalence. The US president has chosen war. What's worse, he's not just attacking India, he's cozying up to Pakistan. It's been a hectic 24 hours. So first, let's unpack what happened. Yesterday evening, Trump posted on social media. He announced 25% tariffs on Indian goods. This new rate will kick in tomorrow, which is when his tariff deadline expires, August 1st. But as always, Trump did not stop with a simple announcement. He added adjectives and insults. In fact, let me quote from his statement. India's tariffs are far too high, among the highest in the world, and they have the most strenuous and obnoxious non-monetary trade barriers of any country. Trump listed out other issues as well. He complained that we bought weapons from Russia. He complained that we bought Russian energy. So in addition to the 25% tariff, he threatened penalties. Naturally, Indians were incensed. We saw the USA as a strategic partner. We also engaged with Trump in good faith. No retaliation, no aggressive remarks. India sought to address Trump's concerns. And what did India get in return? Unilateral tariffs and insults. The day ended with a reaction from India. The government said it was studying Trump's announcement, which brings us to today. Trump was posting on social media again. Listen to what he said. I don't care what India does with Russia. They can take their dead economies down together for all I care. Now, a couple of points to note here. First, you are factually wrong. India is the fastest growing major economy in the world. If anything's dead, it is Donald Trump's approval ratings. And secondly, you're flip-flopping. Yesterday, Trump warned of penalties because India bought Russian goods. Today, he says he doesn't care what India does with Russia. So which is it? Trump keeps saying that India is his friend, but his actions suggest otherwise.
As you know, Prime Minister Modi is a friend of mine, but they don't do very much business in terms of business with us. They sell a lot to us, but we don't buy from them. You know why? Because the tariff is so high. They have one of the highest tariffs in the world. Now they're willing to cut it very substantially, but we'll see what happens. We're talking to India now.
Frankly, this is our fault. This is a man who called Jeffrey Epstein his friend. So clearly, the word doesn't mean a lot to him. And speaking of toxic friends, America is rekindling with an old toxic flame. I'm talking about Pakistan. Trump has struck a deal with Islamabad. Again, let me quote from his statement. Pakistan and the United States will work together on developing their massive oil reserves. We are in the process of choosing the oil company that will lead this partnership. Who knows? Maybe they'll be selling oil to India someday. That's a twin affront. First, he strikes a deal with Pakistan, and then he suggests that India buy oil from Pakistan. But this move is not backed by data. Pakistan has 353 million barrels of oil reserves. They rank 52nd in the world. I'll repeat, 52nd. They make up only 0.021% of global reserves. And yet Trump says Pakistan's reserves are massive. I wonder where he got that from.
Okay. We got ourselves some talking to do here. If you're just now tuning in, I'm doing a homework show for myself, and you just happen to be there, and I appreciate you being there. Wait a minute. Is that Uncle Shug? Uncle Shug says, with regards to Carcino and Gilbert Arenas. Okay, guys, I'm not up to speed, but that man just spent Skrilla, Uncle Shug. Okay, something's going on with he and Carcino. Okay. I just got hip to Gilbert Arenas. His podcast a little under a year ago. Very knowledgeable guy, as I've said before. And salute to him. If he's gonna tell, welcome to the Snitch Network. All right, Deeds, I got your donation. Thank you very much. And okay, is that the same video, Deeds? I think it is. Oh, now, yeah, she says yes. That's the same video that I played. Yeah. Okay. Good to hear from you, Blade. Blade going in on the small hats early. Okay. Early. I'm waiting on one of my sponsors to call in as well. Hold on a second. Okay. Hey, Lydia, good to hear from you. Thank you for your support. Yeah, the shows in the early afternoon are a little slower because I do need to fact check a lot of things, but you're welcome to call in, darling, okay? Let me go to area code 615. Hey there, good afternoon. Are you ready? 615, yes, no, maybe?
Yes. Peace and love, Star.
Hey, who's this?
This is Pal Shadows, a.k.a. P.E. McCallum, author of the NGR.
Hey,
what does
up?
it mean?
Hold on. Let me get you. Are you on a headset? It sounds a little echoey. You on a headset?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, let me fix that. Let me just get on speaker.
Yeah. I got your book right here, man. And hey. I got your information on the screen. That's your YouTube platform. Is everything spelled correctly?
All right, let's check it. Let me see if I can
got your book right here.
Oh, awesome. Did you get a chance to thumb through it a little bit?
I did. I'm right now. I'm at chapter 5. So this book and what you are putting out into the into the world. Are you a researcher? Are you who are you with regards to this particular research that you've put together?
All right. So first and foremost, I want to say thanks for having me on today. I've been watching your show for a long time. And I love your objective perspective. And I wrote this book from an objective hip hop perspective, right? And who I am, Star, my name is Pow Shadows. That's POWSHADOWZ. Most of my friends and family just call me Pow. But my government name is P.E. McCallum, and that's the name that I use to write the book under. And I'm just a real brother from around the way that that basically I graduated from Tennessee State University, Africana Studies Department. I've been an MC Star since I was 11 years old. So most people know me for spitting dope rhymes and rocking shows and microphones. You know, I've performed with, I've opened up for KRS. I've opened up for Common, Jay-Z, Cypress Hill, from Nashville to Los Angeles. And I'm based out of Nashville, Tennessee. So
if I can jump in and just say, guys, the book NGR is an expose on the N-word from a hip hop perspective again. So now, are you co-signing the use of the N-word in today's day and time? Do you take issue with it, or are you allowing some cultures to dabble in the N-word? What is it you're saying? If you can get right to it.
Let's get right to business. Let's get to it. What I'm saying is that the N-word was first used in Africa among Africans. All right. And it started out as NGR. So when I wanted to write a book, I wanted to write something, you know, controversial that was polarizing. So I chose this topic. And when I started researching, I found that the N-word is the most controversial word in the English language. I mean, it's the most offensive word according to Oxford Languages. And that really interests me. You know, I was like, wow, you know, this is a word that our people have been using as a term of endearment. You know, I remember when I first heard something positive about it, it was from Tupac. And when you go on my book, Star, as you continue reading, you'll see I have the book is written from a hip hop perspective. So the titles are names of songs, hip hop songs. So I got a Tupac section in there where, you know, Tupac broke down the word nigga as N-I-G-G-A, never ignorant getting goes accomplished. So I always thought that was interesting to have a positive take on the word because, you know, I've only known it to be offensive. So as I started researching, Star, I found out that the N-word actually began in ancient Kemet. Author E.A. Wallace Budge, in his book, An Egyptian Hieroglyphic Dictionary, listed over 14 different definitions for the N-word, and they all were aggrandizing. Words like emperor, ruler, king. And, you know, I was listening to your show earlier, and you've been talking about Jamaica. And the interesting thing is that my last name, McCallum, I researched my last name because I'm a researcher as well as the MC. But, and I researched that McCallum, there was a McCallum plantation in Jamaica. All right. But dealing with Jamaicans,
if I can jump in for a second, I do want to promote your book, and I want my audience to go to my community section to explore a little bit more with regards to how they can get it. It's on Amazon. Okay, so the history of Jamaica, I think quite a bit of people have an idea or an understanding. It's nice that you put all this together, you know, in today's day and time from a hip hop perspective. Let me ask you about someone like a Fat Joe, an old Cuban / Puerto Rican who, in the minds of many, including myself, I'm tired of somebody like him saying it. I just don't like it. I don't care where it came from. I don't care if it works in the clubs. I don't care who says it's a term of endearment. I'm bothered by it. What do you say to that?
All right. Okay. Well, it's funny you mentioned Fat Joe, right? Because I mentioned Fat Joe in the book. I actually mentioned him in the book about how he said that Al Sharpton ran up on him and said, now this is Fat Joe's own words. He said that Al Sharpton was like, "What's up, my nigga?" to him. Right. And so, you know, Fat Joe comes from this Puerto Rican perspective that Puerto Ricans are related to black people, black and indigenous people.
Pal, can I jump in? I don't mean to cut you short. I don't care about his reasoning. I'm tired of hearing him. He's an older Cuban Puerto Rican. I don't like it. What say you? Never mind Al Sharpton. Never mind his songs.
All right.
What say you?
This is what I say. Let's get to it. I say that once you read my book, you will understand that the N-word is like the swastika. All right. So it started out as something good. It meant emperor, king, ruler. In Ethiopia, it meant negus. You had the word negus, and that means monarch or ruler. Emperor Selassie is considered the last negus. So we have all that. And then when you see today, it's become the most offensive.
Pal, I got to jump in. I appreciate you as a sponsor. I don't care about none of that.
Yeah.
With all due respect, I appreciate the research. I want to hear what you have to say about Fat Joe. Do you co-sign him using it? You see, now, hold on. Now we've got something called FBA, and I love it. Foundation of Black Americans. The black man created hip-hop. The Hispanics witnessed the creation of hip-hop. The black man. Graffiti and everything else. Do you co-sign Fat Joe using it? I want to get right to this, man.
Okay, Star. I hear you. You know, I'm the author, so I'm trying to lay it out. But I got you. Yes, Star. I co-sign Fat Joe using it, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm gonna tell you why. I've only known Puerto Ricans to be related to black and indigenous people. I do not know them to be some other people. I dated a Puerto Rican sister from New York, from the Bronx, back in the day, and she was Puerto Rican and Dominican. She told me about the Taino Indians and how they view themselves as black people. And then all I known in hip hop since I can remember is Puerto Ricans and black people and indigenous people being related. So this thing about Puerto Ricans not being black or not being connected to our culture, I'm just being honest. I'm not caping for Fat Joe. This is new to me. This separation, this division between Puerto Ricans and black people. This is new to me. I'm not a big fan of it. We can talk about their contributions to hip hop at a later time, but I just don't. Yes, to answer your question, I think that Puerto Ricans have that ability because at the end of the day, they're non-white under the system of white supremacy, like everybody else.
Stay with me, Pal. Stay with me. I appreciate you guys. I'm talking to Pal. Is there some knocking going on in the background, or is that?
That's not. I heard that it's not on my end. Might be them. Them people knocking in.
The only person on the line. Can you check and see what's going on? Maybe it's I don't know. Anyway, David, I got your donation. David, do you want to call in about Pirates Week? Yes, I've already spoken about the Cayman Islands, and I think it's been for 42 or 46 years they've been celebrating Pirates Week. But anyway, all right. So I'm talking to Pal. You co-signed Fat Joe using the N-word. And with all due respect, you dated one Puerto Rican girl and she told you about Taino Indians?
Yes, I dated a Puerto Rican sister and she's Puerto Rican Dominican. And she always...
She didn't tell you about the Taino slaves, though. Taino slaves.
No, she only, I only was talking to her from the perspective of how the Taino occupied that territory. They were the indigenous people, and that they were viewed as black and indigenous Indians, black Indians. And that's when I talk about the black Native Americans. This whole concept about black Native Americans that we're talking about now. Those are the Tainos. That's Washita. Just like the Choctaw, they're indigenous to that area, and they have what you call African phenotype. So I only know Puerto Ricans. Now, I do know that there are Caucasian Puerto Ricans, but the indigenous Puerto Ricans I identify as indigenous people like myself, like I see me and you. We're indigenous people of the...
Pal, can I ask you to leave me out of this? I want you to speak. I want you to promote your book, whether I agree or disagree. Guys, I'm talking to Pal. He's got a book. It's in my community section. He's got a book. It's in my community section. It's a good book. As I said, I'm going to try and finish it up before Monday. But I want people to go see this or read this, pardon me, and Do you have any type of film or something, a short documentary about this, or anything to help the promotion of this?
Well, it's an audio book form. So, I have the audio book. Nice. I have a YouTube channel.
Nice.
Right? I have a YouTube channel called NGR Exposed.
Right.
NGR Exposed. And I encourage everybody to subscribe to my YouTube channel, NGR Exposed. And it's by Pal Shadows, myself, and aka Arthur P.E. McCallum.
Absolutely.
And I just want everybody to know that the N-word comes from NGR, and that's why it's the title of my book.
Okay.
Because like the swastika, it started off as something positive, and then over time it becomes translated to what we know it today as being the most offensive word in the English language. Okay. So yeah,
if I can jump in a second, pal.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be playing a video here shortly.
Okay.
With regards to Simi Valley, I think it's Simi Valley, and 5 or 6 white teens, Caucasians, jump a 18-year-old black teen. They beat him half to death. And I don't know what he did, so I can't necessarily say that they didn't have a reason, but they were hurling the N-word. And it seems to be of concern now that this was some type of hate crime. Do you think that when people put hands and feet or shoot and kill black people and they scream this N-word, is that not racist, or is that understandable? Kind of like how when Fat Joe says it, is it understandable in your opinion?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's completely racist, in my opinion. And I think what they're attempting to do is hurt your feelings. They're attempting to get a rise out of you. And like I talk about in the book, he who controls you, like my homeboy AJ said, I interviewed him in my book, and like he quoted a monk that says, "He who angers you controls you." Okay. And what we have to do is we have to take back control of the narrative of the N-word. We also have to not be moved, all right, when these Europeans, and that's what I hope that when people read the book that they feel empowered, Star. I want people to feel empowered. I want people to take control back of the word. We should not be so easily angered, when they call us that, because they're just trying to be totally offensive. But see, when somebody like Fat Joe says it, he's using it as a term of endearment. So in that situation, he understands my struggle. He's not trying to hurt my feelings.
Okay.
All right. Now, like I say, there's a section in the book called "At Your Own Risk," and anybody using the N-word that does not look black and indigenous, even a person like Fat Joe, who's Puerto Rican, I consider indigenous. Some people may not. And when he uses it, we got to be real about it. He has to use that word at his own risk. At your own risk. You know what I'm saying? Because why? People over time have become so polarized by this word. It's become the most offensive word, and we have to respect that. So all you young white kids that's out there listening, this is from your boy Pal Shadows, your fam. I'm telling you. Now, I've had you come up on me, call me the N-word, trying to be cool. What's up, my nigga? I've had this.
Hang on a second, pal. So you take offense to quote unquote Caucasians using it, but Fat Joe, who phenotypically is Caucasian, he's half Puerto Rican. His father was Cuban.
Now,
hang on. But but he's okay, and he looks just like the average Caucasian. He doesn't look like a black person. But you understand what I'm trying to say? And let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. So you want the word, with the exception of Puerto Ricans, you want the word to be acceptable?
Good question. All right, look. No, not at all. Because I write about, and I want everybody to know, I don't take it lightly. I know how offensive the N-word is. Our elders, they hate the word. We buried the N-word. Do you know we had 2 funerals for the N-word? One in Detroit and one in Houston. We had 2 mock funerals where we buried the N-word in a casket.
Okay.
We hate that word as a community. So no shape, form, or fashion am I okay with just Caucasians running around saying that. But what I'm trying to explain is that once you understand what the word, once you read my book, you may or may not want to continue to use the word based upon what you learn. It's only so you could be objective in it. And I hope that a white person that will read my book will understand that when you run up on Pal Shadows, okay, you can run up on me and you say, hey, what's up, my nigga? And because I wrote the book on the N-word and I have all this knowledge and I can control the narrative, I may not pop you in your mouth. I may let you live.
Oh my God.
Right? I know.
I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to stop right there. Pal, let's not take this down a violent course. Hey, man, let's get you back on the show in a week or so.
Okay.
I want people to, again, purchase your book, read your book, and let's bring you back, guys. This is Pal. The book is called NGR, an expose on the N-word from a hip-hop perspective. And you can find his YouTube channel right there, the showrunner. Great to talk to you, man. Let's talk before the week is out and schedule you to come back next week, all right?
All right, Star. Appreciate you, man.
Salute. Thank you. Got you. Okay.
Salute, King.
Okay.
All right, fam.
Pal. Good guy. He's standing on it, and I respect that. Guys, thank you for your comments, your donations. Please note that we are now using Venmo as opposed to Cash App. The Venmo address is on the screen at Star Report. Okay. I've got more content that I want to play. I'm doing a homework show because I'm trying to catch up. Anything else with regards to Charlamagne that I need to play? Peace, Shazam. Okay, well, listen, Shazam, I'm not just going to kick somebody's back in just because they're speaking up, Charlamagne, I don't know him. It doesn't affect me like that. Again, this is the objective perspective. I want you guys to feel free to speak. I give you the last word to land your plane. This is not an echo chamber. I've been telling you that for decades. Never mind me. Call in. I did say a few things with regards to the difference between Charlamagne on the Breakfast Club and when he does his rounds. But I'm not saying he shouldn't be out there. I'm not saying that. It just doesn't affect me, okay? Sharita, I got your donation. Thank you. Hey, guys, has Johnny Manziel now responded to Gillie since Gillie put the powder on his face and responded to Johnny Manziel? Billy, I got your donation. Michelle Obama called Stephen A. Smith a diva. Doesn't have to anything with the show, but salute again, so thank you, sir. Is that a short clip? I may play that. Michelle Obama clapping that. I saw the thumbnail. I did not see the clip. Hold on a second. Okay, now this is an 8-minute clip. I don't want to see an 8-minute clip. Okay, Stephen A. Smith responded. Michelle Obama clapped at me. If it's a short clip, I'll play it. Thank you for your donation. Okay. Hey, Sal, I got your donation. Star, I just left Jamaica. And the lady said grandmothers aren't cooking Sunday dinner anymore. They just go to KFC now. You've got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Oh, my God. I should expect that. Times are different. Hold on a second. And Billy also sent it a donation. Another one, thank you. 1051 fam, are you calling in, sir, with regards to Jamaica? Hang on a second. Let me change my showrunner here. If you're just now joining me, again, I'm doing research, and Jamaica is celebrating Pirates Week. I might go back and play a little bit more of that that woman who was really just laying it down, but she's 55. Hang on a second. Maybe that's something with regards to the history, the knowledge. Let me fast forward. Again, her name, she's on Instagram. Kabul Mayat. You guys know who that is? If anybody has any other videos with regards to her, please send them to me. Her video came out, 22 hours ago, celebrating the murder of our ancestors. Let me give this queen some more burn here. Hold on.
Africans from wherever I'm thief them from, force them into slavery, sell them to plantations, and then to carry back rum and sugar to England. That is what Henry Morgan was doing, and they made him a serf for that. They made him a lord for that. But I want to pause for a minute and remember those ancestors who fought and died, but who fought and lived, but who fought and took freedom against the pirates of Port Royal and the pirates across Jamaica, because that is what they were. Enslavers, rapists, terrorists. Let us remember them. We now pay homage and salute the ancestors. We give praise to the owner of existence and to those who made sacrifices for freedom, those who fought and died with Sam Sharp in the Emancipation War of 1831-32 in St. James.
Somebody's calling. I can't play
James of Senate.
John Dunbar.
Okay, I can't play music, but thank you for that. All right, guys, I don't want to play the entire Stephen A. Smith response to Michelle Obama. Now, wow. Jason Whitlock says Michelle Obama labels Stephen A. Smith as gay. I don't think she said that. She said he was a diva or something. He's got ESPN as gay on his thumbnail. I'm going to skip that. Anybody up to speed? Is this real? Tyreek Hill has been traded? Wait a minute. Has Tyreek Hill been traded? I don't like his vibe. Okay, no, that's going back a little far. I don't see it. Kingston Pirates Week. Give me a second. Oh, wow. I got so many videos to play here, but I don't want to mess up the algorithm just yet. White boys. Oh, wow. Can I play this? The Most High. Thank you, sir. Okay, so here's a video with regards to Simi Valley, all right? And 4 Caucasian boys have been arrested. Pardon me. 4 have been arrested. Let me scroll down. But they beat the brakes off of a black guy. I don't know what this is about. Hold on. Let's get it lined up here. Do a little homework here. Just bear with me. 4 juveniles. Damn, they beat this guy half to death, and they were spitting the N-word too. Maybe it's just hip-hop. You know?
Meantime, an attack in a Simi Valley parking lot is leaving locals outraged. 4 juvenile suspects have been arrested.
The brawl caught on multiple cell phone videos. KCAL News reporter Lori Perez shows us the community's concerns.
Police tell us investigators were spread across Simi Valley today trying to find all of the people seen in those now viral videos. They also tell us there were actually 2 victims in this fight. It was 2 against many in what could eventually be classified as a hate crime. Multiple cell phone videos show a brutal beatdown as a group of teens chases a person, surrounding him and then attacking him from all sides, punching and hitting. This shows the moments just before, as the victim tries to stave off the crowd with a chair before making a run for it, his aggressors shouting racial slurs as they catch up with him. These videos are from Friday night, when police say they responded to the parking lot at the Regal Cinemas at about 11 p.m. on reports of a fight that had started near this fast food spot and continued down the mall sidewalk. When officers arrived, they say the main victim, an 18-year-old black teen, was gone, but they spoke with another alleged victim, a white 18-year-old, who they say at first refused to file a report. Another post of the night shows one of the alleged aggressors sitting on the hood of a Simi Valley police car and later trying to embrace an officer who rebuffs him. Simi Valley police have confirmed one of the alleged suspects is related to an employee of the department, but in a statement said that employee was not at the scene, nor will he be involved in the investigation. That relationship has no bearing on this investigation. Police say the employee's family member is cooperating, that all of the teens seen throwing punches are under 17 years old and had prior beef with the main victim. It's unclear what it stems from. A police spokesman said the investigation and the DA will determine if it amounts to a hate crime, but meanwhile, the community is reacting to what many clearly see as hate. We were sent this photo, a viewer telling us someone sprayed graffiti this morning on a local mall sign. Under Simi Valley, the words "loves racists." And tonight, at the site of the fight, a prayer circle. Locals coming together asking for unity.
And to just see somebody assaulted that way by so many people was really heartbreaking to know that that happened so close to home. And I just, felt broken, and I felt like if we could all come together and pray over our city, it would, be a really tremendous thing.
Police say both of the victims have now made complaints at the police department. They also say the police department employee, whose family member was allegedly involved in the fight, has now been receiving death threats. In Simi Valley, I'm Lori Perez, KCAL News.
470. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there? 470.
Yes, sir. You hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
You hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm all right. I was just calling as far as like with the Jamaican Pirates Week event that they having.
Mm-hmm.
Just one question. What's the difference between that and black celebrating Thanksgiving?
I don't know, sir. I've never been to Jamaica. I'm trying to be as objective as I can. But in reality, it's a new day and time. Maybe Star just needs to knock it off. Let those people get the bag. Come on.
To me, it's just the same. It's just the same as black celebrating the 4th of July. We just there for the food and the drinks. I don't think nobody even really caught up on the significance of celebrating their colonizers. I think they just there for the free food and the free drink. Regular black people stuff,
Right. Let those coconuts live. Let me hear you say it.
Yeah, let them live, man. I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn, so all I got is coconut friends. So I'm going to say let them live on this one.
Let the coconuts live. Star, fall back. Fall back, Star.
Yeah, all the rum punch and all of that, man. I ain't going to get mad at them because I sit here at Thanksgiving and eat turkey.
Right. Yeah.
And I supposedly have natives in my family, you feel me? So it's all good, man. We throwing up fireworks for the 4th of July. And no FBA person call here and try to squash on the Jamaican right now. If you eating turkey for Thanksgiving and you setting up fireworks for 4th of July, man, this ain't for you, man.
Black people celebrating Easter when in reality, hang on, stay with me. Black people celebrating Easter with regards to somebody who was a Jew, and the Bible ain't got nothing to do with them, right or wrong?
Nothing to do with it. We celebrating a harvest, but we going to church with palms in our hands and all of that good stuff. But it ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. We celebrating a man's birthday, supposed birthday, that was born in the summer and Christmas. But now we want to get on Jamaicans for celebrating their captures.
I appreciate the call. Salute.
We funny people, man.
Salute.
No doubt. Flatbush here, always.
No doubt. Can I get an amen in the live chat? Star, fall back. Y'all niggas got to eat now, man. All that history stuff, So what if niggas down there is still drinking powdered milk, eating kangaroo tails, telling people it's really oxtails, it's kangaroo tails. Okay, one of the calls dropped out. Somebody was on hold. Area code 757. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there?
Yeah, Star.
757.
Star, what going?
Yes. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, man, a rude boy. You know, talk about kangaroo tails. The same one we that stick up on the corner, right? The same one we that stick up on the corner.
Hold on, yard man. Hold on a second. Let me take this off the screen. Okay, what's going on, man? Where you calling from? 757.
Yeah, from Brooklyn, but you don't know the era code difference still, show Virginia, but
okay.
You don't know a long time listener, Star,
okay.
But yeah, like me said, man, yeah, you're a funny guy, man. No booger thing, but you don't know, he's a guy of character.
Okay,
so,
listen, I appreciate that, but no, hold on a second. You do know that over in Australia, they're selling kangaroo tails as oxtail wholesale. They sell it into the Chinese in Jamaica. You know this, right?
Yeah, that a nowadays thing is just like the corned beef. Them say that was horse meat from Brazil.
Right.
But guess what? The best dishes, you know what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of Americans cling to the Jamaican culture. You understand?
Right.
We chef it up right. You understand?
You chef it up right.
Chef it up right, Star. But because they are listening to you still, you have me rolling when you say kangaroo tails.
Yeah.
Yo, Star, you're no joke, man. But everything all right, though.
Everything is good, man. But listen, hold on. Stay with me now. You know, I'm old. Maybe I should mind my business here on this one. In Jamaica, they're now celebrating for the first time, a Pirates Week.
Well, Star, me there, I listen to your show, and me and the wife I listen to it, and you said something about the Prime Minister Andrew Wellness.
Doctor. Dr. Andrew Wellness. He's a doctor.
Well, American put the doctor, but we Jamaican call him labor right. You understand?
Okay.
So we don't put a doctor next to him, so you don't know it correct. So we call him Andrew Badness. Andrew Badness we call him, you know. So you understand? He might try to treat Jamaica, Americanized Jamaica. So I don't live there no more.
Okay.
I just visit. So I go there as a tourist.
Right.
I won't say it's my homeland no more. America is my homeland.
Okay.
You understand? So everything is all about Americanizing the place and doing it for the American people. You understand? Everything's all about money, like you said.
Yeah.
Come on. You know the thing, man.
Well, listen,
things that change.
If I can jump in, I mean no disrespect, but I have to ask, did Jamaica sell its soul? Because to celebrate Pirates Week in Jamaica, to me, that was crazy. Yes, they've been celebrating this in the Cayman Islands and other places, but Port Royal, that was that's an eyesore for Jamaica. Yes.
Hey, Star, like you're saying, I'm gonna use your word enough. They ain't sell out. They've been sold out. You understand?
Okay.
They've been sold out, man. Okay. So there's a lot of history on Jamaica where if you really take into the history, with Port Royal, Port Antonio, and so on. It's a deep history, but like I said, it's Pirate Week thing, just like Bob Marley song. Remember Bob Marley song was like Pirates? It's like, all right. So, I mean, with this new thing they might do, I understand. It's all about that bag, like Americans say, man. Jamaica getting that bag, man. So, hey, more to them, more power to them. I'm Americanized now. I'm a citizen, so I ain't got to worry about nothing in a Star about what's going on there. But you don't know the things already in a Star.
Yachty, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Likewise, Star. Keep doing the thing. Here, bless up, King.
Yes, sir. Bless up. Salute. All right.
Respect. Yeah, man.
See, a lot of yardies still check on me from Brooklyn and so on and so forth. Jamaica celebrates Pirates Week. Anybody else in that live chat? I don't want to talk too crazy, but there was talk one time that Vibes Cartel was helping the constables take guns off of the streets of Portmore. Oh my God. Is that why they let the nigga out? So they could just revamp the whole goddamn thing, get your minds off of Vibes Cartel, and then start this whole Pirates Week. Oh my God. Is he going to be performing anywhere? Troll babies. Wouldn't that be crazy if Vibes Cartel performs at Pirates Week? Oh, my God. All right, King Walker, I got your email. Thank you, sir. Okay, what is this? Hold on a second. What'd you send me? Oh, okay, hold on. Here we go. Here's Michelle Obama. Some say Michael Obama. I have no proof, no knowledge that Michelle was ever a Michael. I'm not trying to get sued out here like, Candace Owens. Hold on. What do we got here? Michelle Obama now stepping up the game, getting spicy, niggas catching headshots so she can get her numbers up.
If I listen to ESPN for an hour, it's like watching The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's the same drama and they're yelling at each other and they don't get along. I mean, Stephen A. Smith, he's just like every other
he'd
talk
be a
show
great
host.
Real Housewife.
He would be.
Right.
Right?
It would be amazing.
So that's why I'm like, what's the difference? It's just, it's just sociological drama. If I listen to ESPN for an hour,
shit.
it's like what
She called his name. I didn't know she called his name. The hell? Hold on a second. Area code 804. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. This is a homework show. 804. You there?
Peace.
Peace.
What's up, Star?
Hey, man. Who's this?
Paul Rice's teachers.
Okay. We've spoken before, yes?
Yeah. Many a time. Yeah. I was calling in because I'm sending you the message and the donation to let you know I was denouncing the nation of gods and earth, and it's no disrespect to them whatsoever. I appreciate what they did and everything, but they're not fully right and exact in their story about the father and who Master Farad was. Because for the information I just got and stuff, the whole story about Father Allah was bitten off from Master Farad's story. The whole setup, the whole concept and everything, and my teacher that taught me from the Nation of Gods and Earth that passed and Wisdom Cipher 2020 in July, I respect everything he did. But I know he ain't alive to see this information that's coming out today. And there's a guy named Alam Khan.
Well, now, hang on a second, poor righteous teacher. Let's not name drop until we can confirm and or deny some of the things that you're saying. Not that I'm trying to cape for anybody, but I'm as old as dust, right? You know this already. There was a time when I was intertwined with the Nation of Gods and Earths, and I did find them and still do find them to be right and exact. It's not necessarily my system of living, but how old are you? I forget.
No, I'm Power Cipher. I'm 50 years old.
Okay.
My teacher told me Wisdom Cipher years ago, like 20 years.
But hang on a second. So now you're coming to me, and I don't mind you speaking. This is the objective perspective. Are you coming by way of some type of personal suffering, trauma, and or defeat? Why do you find it necessary to lash out to those who gave you knowledge of self once upon a time? Yes?
No, I'm not lashing out. It's some brothers within inside the nation that use this for their personal gains and desires. And they don't teach it right and exact.
But they gave you knowledge of self once upon a time.
No, one person gave me knowledge of self. That's the Almighty God, Dawu Allah. My enlightening that passed away. But
before that happened, hang on a second. Let's take our time. Before that happened, you were living in the darkness. You were uncivilized. You were one of the 85%. You were Sir, can I speak? Sir, can I speak? And I'll let you speak. Before that, enlightening came, and the offering, and then you grasped onto the knowledge. You were living amongst the uncivilized. Yes.
That's what I was trying to say when I met my teacher of the 5%. I was part of the Nation of Islam. Then I converted to the 5%.
Come on.
Yeah, so that's what happened. I was 27. I just came home from prison, and I was dealing with other little 5%ers out of Virginia, but I never went to the root of civilization at that time, as what they call it in New York, to get it. And when I end up going to New York and stuff, that's when I bumped in my teacher. But I was already studying with the nation when I met him. the Nation of Islam.
Okay.
So after I got into the 5% when he brought me in, because I didn't feel, at the time I didn't feel it was enough information that the NOI had to keep me intrigued, and the 5% was sounding more intriguing at the time. So, and like I said, this is not the 5%, because I know why. I used to say Father Allah, but I call him Clarence 13X now. I knew why he took it to the streets, because the kids at that time in the 60s, they needed somebody because they was in a bad shape. The same way when Master Farrar found Elijah and them in Detroit. They was in the bad state, in Detroit. And he civilized them. So I'm just saying that the father.
Bingo. They were in the darkness. And
yeah.
At that time, let's have this discussion. At that time, there was no better teacher than to educate them on what we've just discussed. So when was the last time that you were amongst, the nation of gods and earths? Can we start there?
Well, really, it's been a couple of years ago, because I really pulled back from them, because when at the time of my teacher death in 2020, I didn't like how what the gods had to say about my life. And I didn't feel like I didn't see nobody come and pay him homage or nothing like that. And my teacher, Almighty God, Dawu Allah, he loved the nation. I never, out the whole 18 years he taught me, and I never heard him speak ill of any other 5% or any other God. But in return, when he passed, I heard God say little negative things about him. So it was a lot of, slandering of things I didn't like either. Because
can I jump in?
The nation of gods. Yeah.
Can I jump in? Well, that's a natural way amongst mankind to say certain things, and that's even more of a test on your character, your devotion, and your faith with regards to the knowledge, again, that was given to you. When's the last time you've been to Parliament?
No, like I said, it's been probably ever since he passed in 2020. Because, like I said, I fell out.
Hang on, black man. Hang on, black man. So you haven't been to Parliament in over 5 years?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And now you're calling me talking crazy.
Yeah. No, I'm not talking crazy, because, like I said, it's not like I'm disrespecting him.
I know. We're just talking. Yeah,
just my concept that I don't bear witness as Clarence 13X being Allah. I see Allah as, who came in the person of Master Farrar, because, he set the foundation of all of this. And, that's why I was promoting the book that the brother gave me named Alim Kwan. He gave me the book because he lived in Detroit, and he lived his life over there around the teachers of Master Farrar and them. That's the holy city of Mecca, Detroit.
Well,
like the geographical names that they took from New York and called like Brooklyn, Medina and stuff. Master Farrar was called a Chicago Medina. Just like Father Allah had 9 borns, Master Farrar had 9 labors. In order to become a Muslim and to get your ex, you had to go through these 9 labors. And one of them labors was a woman.
Well, hang on a second, poor righteous teacher. I know you sent in a small donation. I appreciate that. And we're going off course here. But now let me just ask you this. So now, do you believe that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was the messenger to the black man?
And yes, and that's what I was going to say.
Okay.
The way they said Black Messiah was to Father Allah, that's how Elijah was to Master Farrar. That's why Master Farrar came. Only person he wanted was Elijah, because he was the.
I keep the book close to me from the messenger. You see that on the screen right there? I keep it close.
No, I can't see the screen fully. It's not moving. Yeah. But the messenger was more than a messenger. He was a prophet sent to us, because all the people were sent to prophet. So he was the real deal, in the one they talking about in the book of Malachi and stuff.
Why did you stray away from the NOI, if I can ask you that?
Like I said, I strayed away from the NOI because it wasn't enough teaching like it is now. It's like them brothers out of Detroit and Ali and Quan who got the book W.D. Farrar. I'm asking everybody to go and purchase that book. Matter of fact, we email each other and everything. He laid down the foundation, because the whole book is based around the most honorable Elijah Muhammad brother, peace be upon him, John Muhammad. This is what all these facts come from, because he was taught face to face by Master Farrar Muhammad. You know, he was there.
Stay with me. Stay with me. And did I ask you today's mathematics yet? I forget.
No, you ain't asked me today's mathematics. Today's mathematics is culture. And culture is one's true way of life, so that's what I'm revealing now. The
Okay,
true way of life.
hang on a second. I think we have some of the gods calling in to give you some smoke. Let me just make sure. Area code 929, are you calling to join the conversation, or can you hold? 929?
Yo, that's me, Star. Peace, Star.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Who is 929? Who is 929?
Law intelligence.
Okay, you calling to speak to the man who's now talking reckless and crazy?
Yeah. Let me speak to him real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds like you talk kind of reckless, but yeah.
Yeah.
My name is Law Intelligence. I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from Medina. I've been a 5%er, you know what I'm saying, for at least 40 years of my life, and I know Almighty Dawu. Dawu, we ain't ever talk nothing trash. We ain't ever talk no trash about Dawu. He moved down to South Carolina.
No, I said that's my enlightener. He was born February 2nd, 1941. He passed on
so he taught
when
you?
He was God born. Yeah, he taught me.
He taught you?
He taught me. Yeah.
Okay, how long you had knowledge?
I had knowledge like knowledge be a years. Between
what's
that
your
and 20
degree?
years was some culture.
Yeah, what's the degree? Yeah, I ain't asked you the mathematics. I asked you the degree. Yeah, if you don't know your degree,
if you go into the student enrollment, the one.
Okay, guys, can we do one at a time? Hold on, one at a time, because Poor Righteous Teacher did send in a donation. Okay, and sir, your name is again 929. Let me write this down. What do I address you as?
Yeah, it's a Law Intelligence, Star. Law Intelligence.
Okay.
I just woke up and heard that man say we changed our story on the Father. Okay. We ain't ever changed our story on the Father. Stay with me. When I asked you today's degree,
intelligence.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
It's culture free.
Right.
Go ahead.
That's mathematics. I ain't asking you mathematics. I'm asking you today's degree now. So if he taught you, he would have taught you what your degrees are, and he would have taught you your mathematics. So I'm not asking you mathematics. I'm asking you your degrees. Do you know your degrees? See, this is the reason why people jump up on these different platforms and they say slick shit about the knowledge, about the gods, because they don't even know their lessons.
Allah Intelligent, I need you to watch the language.
I can't even talk.
Please watch the language.
Talking over you.
Guys, please watch the language. Allah Intelligent.
Okay, pardon self.
Go ahead.
Pardon self. But yeah, what I'm saying is a lot of people get up here and they say little slick things about my nation, and then they say that, because of this, that, and the third. But these individuals, they've been around all these years and they don't even know the basics. All right. So that just go to let you know these are the people that come out after so many years saying so many things about us, because they've been hanging around and they ain't been doing nothing but standing there just occupying space. What you occupying space here for? And then going to say slick stuff about us when you leave. We don't need no speech. Just leave. And especially if you ain't ever come to the root of civilization. Our root of civilization is up in Mecca, which is Harlem. That's where the knowledge and wisdom of the original man.
I got my flag from Wise. I got my flag from Wise, man. And may the God rest
when that flag was made. When that flag was made.
You can go ahead and try to question me. You can try to question me on the lessons. The lessons don't have nothing to deal with. The lessons don't have nothing to deal with the history. Those lessons was given to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and the followers of the Nation of Islam. Father Allah got his sister to take him from out the temple, and I'm not disrespecting the Father, and I'm not disrespecting my enlightener too. I love him to death. All the way.
Yeah, I'm not.
But like I said, I can't help it because the truth. But I can't help it because the truth came out with brothers who was taught face to face around Master Farah.
Okay, guys, I need you to hang on 1 second.
Y'all got with the hot. That same thing that y'all got with the hot seat. The hot seat was started.
Poor Righteous Teacher, hold on a second. Poor Righteous Teacher, please hold on a second. I'm going to let you guys finish this up because I appreciate both of you. And this is important on this homework edition. Let's do one at a time. So Allah Intelligent, back to you, and then we'll let.
I want him to tell me when the lesson number 2 was given out. When the lesson number 2, the 1 through 40, when that was given out.
You didn't even answer. You didn't even finish answering my question, but I can tell you when it was given out. It says at the end of the lesson. It says this lesson number 2. I'm telling you right now, if you let me finish. It says at the end of the lesson number 2. It says this lesson number 2 was given by our prophet W.D. Farrar, answered by one of the lost and found in the wilderness of North America, Elijah Muhammad, February 20th, 1934. That's when that lesson was given out. Am I correct
on that?
Now, I answered your question.
Where? That's February 20th. But the state that was given that. It was Elijah Muhammad. The messenger, peace be upon him, was given that lesson right before he went to Chicago. Right before he left from Detroit. I'm not talking about the quote what it said on the 1 through 40. I'm talking about the history. And that history was given to him. And that history was given to him because his brother Kalat and other ministers were jealous and was trying to kill him. So he had to flee. And that lesson was given to him that lesson was given to him by W.D. Farad so he could teach why he was traveling to find a safe place for him and his family. No, you didn't. You just quoted the Coach degree on February 20th. I said where? I said where? It happened. And it happened from there. And that's the point with the gods. The gods think they know so much about the history of when the lesson was given, and we didn't have the correct history. Because if so, you wouldn't know why Elijah was given that. Elijah was given that to build the temples. That's why he was given that, because he left Detroit to Chicago. And then Chicago to Milwaukee.
All right, you're doing a lot of talking, but what I'm saying is, if you know your lessons, right, then you could tell me, what I'm asking you. I answered your question. What is it that they said about, I'm not even going to ask you no lesson no more, because you didn't even come up with that. I asked you the degree, you didn't know it. So what I'm asking you is, what was the history they showed you on the father? I'm talking about the history on the law that you said wasn't right and exact. That's all I'm asking.
I didn't say.
You said you're not going to be a part of this no more because they're giving you bad history on the law. What is the history that you're getting on the law now that's not right and exact? Because our story don't change. It ain't ever changed.
Yeah. Everybody is God. Anybody can claim to be God. You know what I mean? God.
No, not anybody. You got to have yourself. Devil can't be God.
But knowledge itself to be God. But you know what I'm talking about. It only means intelligent. But Clarence 13X was not Allah. Allah was Master Farad Muhammad. And he showed and proved that. Because even in one of his speeches, when he said he would come back.
What was the story you said that they giving you now that you said the reason why you're not staying around here anymore? Because of what they're saying about Allah.
Nobody give me no story. In the books that's published by the brothers over there in Detroit, they gave the history of Farad. If you look at that history of Farad, that's the same history of the father. You could just take the whole story and put it on top of it.
The history is not the same.
It's the same thing.
The history is not the same. Hold on. Yo, Star, let me just get this off real quick. Let me just get this off.
This is what now. I'm going to get this off. I'm going to get this off.
Hang on a second. Poor righteous teacher. All right, no, stay with me. I'm going to let you close it out. Let him speak because, I felt it was only right to let someone else from the nation of gods and earths call in, not to argue, not to be anything, but, civilized. Let him speak, and then I'll let you close it out. Okay, Allah Intelligent, you have the floor, sir. Allah Intelligent.
All right, no doubt. I appreciate that, Star. Okay, we don't have nothing derogatory to say about Master Fard or Elijah. We say we know Master Fard came from the Quraysh tribe in Saudi Arabia, and he came over here to the shores of North America, and he found Elijah Muhammad and taught Elijah Muhammad the supreme wisdom. We know that. We ain't ever had no problem with that. So our story don't say anything about Allah coming from the Quraysh tribe anywhere in Saudi Arabia, that he came to the shores of America, anything. We say that our father, he was born down in Danville, Virginia, on February 22nd, 1928. He was born down there, and he came up to New York City when he was 16 years old. He got a fruit stand when he was selling his own fruit out of, and then he joined the army when it was like in the year 1952. He joined the army, and then when he came out of the army, his wife Dora was in the temple, and then he joined the temple, and then after being in the temple for about 3.5 years, he said that, listen, this is not for me because I'm Allah, you know what I'm saying? And he developed his own science outside of 120, which a lot of people think that our foundation is 120, which is the 110, the 114, the 136, the 140, actual fact, solar fact. That's not our foundation. Our foundation is supreme mathematics and supreme alphabets. This is the science that Allah gave us so that we would be able to unlock the mystery of everything inside the universe. And we started with the 120. So a lot of people think...
Allah Intelligent, I need you to land your plane, sir.
So I need you to land your plane. I'm landing it right now, sir.
Please.
I'm landing it right now. My fault. So I'm just letting him know, listen, our story don't change. Our foundation is mathematics and alphabet. We ain't trying to align our story up with Master Fard Muhammad. Peace to Master Fard, and peace to Elijah Muhammad, and peace to Almighty God Allah. Peace.
Okay, all right, peace. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. All right, poor righteous teacher, are you there?
Yeah, that sound good. Like I said, the whole demographic of what he's saying, everything is bitten off Master Farad and the messenger. You know, same thing when the messenger wife Claire Muhammad got him to go to the temple. That same thing with Father Allah and stuff. And the difference is that's what they always said. Oh, we go by the 120, but we don't follow the 120. Then why you quote it every day? You're supposed to quote it every day because you're supposed to live it every day to a T on what Master Farad gave us. And it's supposed to be cross-referenced with the Quran and the...
Can I jump in, poor righteous teacher?
120.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so is it fair to say that maybe you should have stayed in the Nation of Islam, or did you just manage?
Yeah, but let me say this, Star. Let me get this off my chest, and that's another thing. They use the excuse, well, we different from the Muslims, that's why we smoke and drink and stuff. Master Farad never ordained no smoking, no drinking, or nothing. Master Farad was so much on the high Q of intelligence, he could read the mind of the people. Father Allah didn't do that. And then most of the 9 boys, they was taking drugs. Master Farad forbid any of that stuff. And he fasted. And he fasted for weeks and stuff. All this was done.
Now, hang on a second, poor righteous teacher. Just stay with me. I appreciate you donating to this show. First and foremost, let me just say that. And these discussions are healthy. They're healthy. And I'm glad that you and the guy, Allah Intelligent, could speak and, you know, try to come to an understanding. But if not, you know, hey, it was a productive conversation just the same. Did the killing of Malcolm X have anything to do with you leaving the Nation of Islam?
No, I love because, you know, at that time I was up under the teachings of Farrakhan at the time. That's another different splendor part of it. You know, and that's what I said. If it wasn't for Master Farad, none of these other groups, splendor groups, would have came about.
Okay.
That's why I said
I had to jump in and say that. Give me a second.
I love what the father.
I had to jump in and say that because a lot of people get it twisted who, you know, say, oh, well, I was with the nation until Malcolm X died.
Yeah.
You know. However.
No, because, you know, the father was with him. The father was with them in Timber number 7.
Well, hold on. But now, truthfully, for those who, you know, study the teachings of the messenger, and they know that everything that Malcolm was repeating came from the messenger, there came a point where, you know, Malcolm X became worthy of death. Worthy of death. Now, I'm not saying it was right.
You said Malcolm became what?
Worthy of death.
Worthy. Okay.
Worthy. Of
okay.
Yes. If we're going to keep it all the way real, I'm not, you know, condoning the killing of the man, but he became worthy of death. So, but listen, I just want to finish up here and get back to what I'm doing. Go ahead and land your plane, sir. I appreciate your donation.
No, all I want to say, through Master Farad came the messenger, came Malcolm, came the father, came Silas, came Wallace, came Farrakhan. All that praise is given to Master Farad, who came in the person of Allah, who came in the person of Master Farad. I'm not taking nothing away against what, you know, the father did, but I'm just saying he's not Allah. He's not Allah because it is already written that it's Master Farad. Gotcha. I appreciate what the father did, but he's Clarence 13 next. That's it.
Okay.
And like I said, if you get that book, and I correspond with the brother Alam Khan on his new book, W.D. Farad, he gives dates and times of the 120, everything that Farad did in the messenger. I don't need to argue with nobody. They can argue with the book all they want.
Well, you had a good discussion. It was a good discussion. I appreciate you calling in. Salute.
Yeah, but I will be calling back, and if anybody want to debate, just be ready from 5%. Be ready.
Email me. Email me your phone number, please.
True indeed.
Peace. Okay. Boy, we got ourselves a hell of a homework show here today, don't we? We got a hell of a homework show going on. Oh, wait a minute. Here come this grafted man. Peace, white boy. What's cracking?
Yo, the white Denzel. Glory to Lionheart. You know, everybody just witnessed the black KKK on the line right there.
Well,
black supremacist.
Hang on.
A hate group.
Hang on.
Group.
Hang on. Now listen. First and foremost, watch the language. It's too early. Come on.
Of course.
You can do it.
Of course.
And I And I appreciate
that was American. Sorry.
I appreciate when you give me your A game. It's very early. Okay, well, listen, never mind the last two callers. You sent me a video. What did you send me? Because you and I sent a bunch of videos back and forth. Did you see the guys in Simi Valley who gave the black guy a tune-up, the 18-year-old?
Oh, yeah, out in Cali. Salute to the white boys in Cali, man. That brought back memories of, my old high school days out in Elmont. We had one park. We had Avon Park. They had Elmont Road. We used to fight all the time. If anybody got beat up too bad, we go down to Elmont Park and, we clear that whole park of black people.
Now,
and,
to be clear, he was not stabbed. He was not sliced. He was not shot. So clearly it was a tune-up to let him know, don't come around here doing that no more. That's what happens when you get jumped. I've never been jumped myself, but is that not the message you're trying to send, whether it's a black victim, a white victim, what have you?
Yeah, the story said it was two groups that had an ongoing beef, black dudes and white dudes.
Okay.
And, I'm sure a couple of those white guys that got caught out there a couple of times and jumped by the black guys. So it was just, it was beautiful to see. It's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. They weren't letting up on him, man. They were on him. He not getting out of here until he's on the floor and he had enough. And that's what you're supposed to do when you catch an op and that's done something to your friend. You know what's soft about the whole situation? That black guy, he was actually pretty cool. He took the beating. He didn't say nothing. The police show up. He didn't say nothing. He was like, "No, I'm good. I don't need medical attention." And then he goes home. And, of course, his black mama calls the police the next day and tries to make it a hate crime. He knew what time it was. He took it on the hop. He didn't want no more problems with the white boys. He was like, nah. I don't want to press charges on. That's going to make it worse. Next time they see me, they really going to beat me up.
Watch the language, white boy. Hey, watch the language.
Yeah, I cut it.
Come on,
I got it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you this. Hold on. Do you think the black guy smashed a white girl, and that's why those white boys were upset and set it on him? I mean, again, they didn't stab him, they didn't shoot him. Do you think he smashed somebody that they know? You said a bunch of groups or something like that, but it seemed like they just wanted to send a message, but not necessarily kill him.
Oh, they definitely didn't try to kill him. They weren't out to kill him. No, definitely not. No, I don't think that was the thing. I think they caught him out there.
Right.
And he was in their part of town, whatever he was doing, and as soon as they saw him, they took the opportunity. They said, "Oh no, we got one here. Right. We got one here. Let's get on his ass," And that's what they did. They put the stomp to him. They represented for their neighborhood, man. Not that it's probably California. It's not a sundown town, but he just let them know you on the white boy side of town, man.
Right.
It was
so. In similar fashion, can we agree that in Cincinnati, the white guy who smacked the black guy first, they let him know, keep your hands to yourself. We're gonna cut you a break this time. We're not gonna stab you, not gonna slice you, we're not gonna shoot you. We could do that, but we're gonna give you a little tune-up, and we're gonna knock this bitch out, and go about your business and watch yourself. Can we agree? Can we agree on that or no?
If all that happened was that the white dude got beat up and stomped out, we would have been cool. But the black guy sucker punching a white woman like that is not going down. We're not having that.
Rory,
you can't do that.
Rory,
that's your culture. That's not our culture.
Rory,
you square up to women. Black people square up to women. Black Americans square up to women. We don't do that. And we especially don't sucker punch a woman who's not posing any threat. So hell no. Hell no.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay. Guys, this is a homework edition. I don't want to keep nobody in the queue who's a friend of mine. Peace. Are you there, 347?
Peace. I'm minding my business of walking through these white boy neighborhoods.
Okay.
I myself.
Okay.
On the low, right?
You probably say.
Right. Peace. What's good with you, man?
Do you want?
And wish an old would.
All right, now hold on a
I
second.
wish the whole thing would.
Hold on. Left-handed, do you want me to put you on hold, or do you want to join the conversation?
Well, I just tapped in there to see what's good, man, because, you know, I walk through white boy neighborhoods all day, every day, at night, and nobody better not say nothing to me.
Right.
And I'm going to ask you what you looking at. So what we doing? So it ain't like that all the time. So don't go out here perpetrating no fraud.
Right. But now hold on a second.
And here's something else, Sean.
Hold on. Left-handed, hold on a second now. We just had a really good discussion with Poor Righteous Teacher and Salute to the God, Allah Intelligent. Do you know either one of them?
Peace. Wise Intelligent, yes.
Well, no, it was Allah Intelligent and Poor Righteous Teacher.
Oh, no, sir.
It was a good discussion. It was a good discussion, and
No doubt.
you know, I just want to know if you heard that. But okay, so go ahead. We're all over the place. Where do we go? Left-handed, Rory.
Yeah, I'm saying, what are we topicing on, man? I'm just jumping in the conversation blind.
I'm doing a homework edition here where I'm playing videos to catch up.
You say you in my neighborhood? Because I come to 8th Avenue right now. I walk downstairs. Is that what you're saying? You can go live. You can turn your phone on live. Is that what you're saying? I come right downstairs.
That's what you heard, stupid. That's not what I said, stupid.
No. You said
get your retarded ass out of here. Get your retarded midget ass out of here.
If you outside my building, you're going to see me in 2 minutes. I'm going outside right this second. I'll swear to
And do
God,
what?
I'm going outside
And do
right
what?
now.
You do what? Charge up your hearing aid?
You standing outside my business.
Charge up your hearing aid? You ain't gonna do nothing.
Find out.
I'm not gonna fucking figure out nothing, white boy.
I'll call you right back.
I ain't gonna find out nothing, white boy.
Hold up. I'll call you right back, sir. Hold up.
Okay.
Faggot ass nigga. You ain't gonna do shit.
I know you ain't brave like that. You
retard. I'm in your neck of the woods all the time.
All right, hold on, left-handed. We have to watch the language.
City Hall. What we doing? 8th Ave. What we doing?
Left-handed.
It ain't nobody say nothing to me.
Left-handed.
Nothing.
Left-handed.
What happened?
We have to watch the language. It's early afternoon. Okay. Rory is not. Well, no, I'm talking to you because you're dropping the F-bomb. Now just give me a second.
I'm giving him what he did me.
No.
You let him do it.
No, sir. We're not doing that. Left-handed. He's not on the line.
I got you.
He's not on the line. He's not on the line. I guess he had to go somewhere. But what's going on with you, man? Good to hear from you.
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Everything just got off the slave. You know what I mean? I'm in Lower Manhattan doing my 1-2s. You know what I'm saying? Just walking around. You know what I mean? Look, walking around counting money, Star. Walking around counting money. Right? And wait for somebody to say something stupid.
Right. Come on.
But anyway, besides that, man, everything's good, man. Everything's good on this end. I just wanted to tackle with you, man. I ain't calling to get crazy, none of that. You know what I mean? Because I could break the million down real easy right now, but I ain't gonna do that.
Well, stay with me. Did you and Yada Bear talk about Gilbert Arenas yet on your podcast?
We're gonna talk about Gilbert. I'm gonna get at Gilbert Arenas tomorrow. Our show's we back live tomorrow.
Really?
I don't mess with Gilbert Arenas anyway, so you know I'm going in. And I'm going in hard body karate.
Wow.
Agent Zero, the only thing you know for is running around with guns. And now I listened to the show, Star. I listened to the shows, right? And Agent Zero put up numbers. And who talks about Gilbert Arenas in basketball parlance? Who talks about Gilbert Arenas besides Gilbert Arenas?
Okay.
Me. So again, at the end of the day, Gilbert Arenas does a lot of stuff to keep his name in the mix, which is fine if that's how you want to do it. But son, you can't really run around here talking crazy about nobody. You know, you got no rings, right? Your reputation is soured, right? Because you want to play Billy the Kid in the locker room, right? Now somebody puts a microphone in your face, you feel like you're holier than thou. Knock it off, yo. Knock it off. So again, at the end of the day, man, I just wanted to tap it. I'm in the building, man.
Well, hang on.
Lower Manhattan.
Stay with me. Stay with me. I'm in no rush. And hold on a second. Somebody's in the queue. I'll get back to them in a second. So I did not know Gilbert Arenas' pedigree in terms of stats and analytics. But I just remembered, or somebody sent me a highlight reel. He dropped 60 on Kobe.
So, and everybody have birthday.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a birthday. So is that his shining glory that he dropped 60 on Kobe?
Well, now was Kobe in his prime? Was Shaq there as well? He dropped 60. That's saying something, man. Wow, 60.
Listen, if Kobe's in his prime, they could have had Shaq, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You still be talking about, Gilbert Arenas dropped 60 on Kobe in his prime. That could. How many other games did Gilbert Arenas have plus 50?
I don't know, but White Boy Rory is back. White Boy Rory is back in the.
Where you at?
Okay.
And I'm here. I'm looking for you, man. You big. I'm looking for you. Where you at?
Stupid. What you looking for me for, stupid? What you looking for me for, stupid? Huh? To do what? Stupid.
I'm standing right. I'm on the corner, man. What you wearing?
To do what? Who you waiting for? Who you waiting for?
Are you outside, Rory? Where you at?
Yo, I'm here. I'm on the corner. I'm waiting. What you wearing? Where you at? I'm outside.
Shut your. Go back in the house.
You heard that?
What Skip say to Shannon?
Oh, it's not real. Oh, it's not real. Oh, it's not real. Really, it's really not happening. You really not about that life. Oh, okay.
Hey, listen.
Okay.
Listen. When I come in, I'll be about that.
Oh God.
I'm out there every day.
Yo, your people got washed up by the Latin Kings in the 90s, man. The gods of the earth, they RIP'd in the 90s. Latin Kings tore you up. That's why the Bloods came around.
What are you talking about, yo? Where's your proof at? Where's your proof at? You just saying that just to be saying so. Where's your proof at? Yeah. Where's your proof at?
Okay.
Why these cats get on here and just talk just to hear themselves talk? And then when you ask about them to represent and stand on their square, now they want to get quiet.
I think he went back.
Ain't no blood.
He went back upstairs.
Black King, you never touched me. Period.
Hold on. Stay with me. Hey, 929. Can you 929? Can you hold, or do you want to call back? 929.
Yeah, I'm doing the knowledge. I'm just doing the knowledge, star. You know what I'm saying? I hate speaking. I'm an older guard, so you know I come up in the era that was the real deal. I'm from the 70s and 80s. I had knowledge for 41 years now.
Okay.
So all that stuff them dudes talking, you know, not the brother on the phone now, but Rory. I mean, you know, I ain't going back and forth with him. I was taught not to debate with individuals, just give them the facts and let them know what it is. And
can we get your name, God? 929. Can we get your name, sir?
Yeah, it's a law intelligence.
Oh, that's
with
you.
the CE at the end. That's my
okay.
name. Yeah, this is me. Yeah.
Okay. Well, listen, I got to get back to the show, man. I let you land your plane.
No, I'm listening.
Please. Okay.
No, I'm listening. I'm just listening.
Okay.
All right,
salute.
peace.
Salute. Okay. All right.
Salute. Peace.
All right, so listen, left-handed, stay with me. I'm doing a homework, man. It's not like this show where I have to, you know, let people speak and then leave. Okay, so I'm talking about Charlamagne. I'm gonna play another video of him. I thought he did okay. I'm nobody's fan. I'm not a Breakfast Club watcher or listener, but I thought Trump, coming at him was kind of intense. You know what I'm talking about when he went on Lara Trump's show? Did you see it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
What are your thoughts?
He says, I don't know why he calls himself the God. I don't know why he calls himself the God either. That's another story. But I think that a lot of people, man, are within their rights to say what they need to say how they feel. And, I think if, 47 is going to get back at him, that just gives them more clout. Oh, 47 talked about me. I'm live. I must be doing something. So again, at the end of the day, a lot of people outside of 47 know Charlamagne is suspect. So,
well, I am a Trump supporter, to be clear, for those who are new to my show.
Yes, sir.
I am a Trump supporter. I think that Charlamagne, in my opinion, needs to stay away from politics. Again, on the Breakfast Club, he can type up that donkey of the day thing, and he can read it, and that's what he does. That works for radio. But when he goes on these platforms and then tries to speak about history and politics, he usually falls flat. And I don't say that to be disrespectful. One of the times that I recall when someone sent me a link to Dr. Claude Anderson, educating Charlamagne on the history of black people prior to the civil rights movement, and he didn't know. I just said, "Oh my God!" I can't ever watch this guy again. You know what I'm talking about? Dr. Claude Anderson, was on the Breakfast Club, and he just sadly, Charlamagne seemed dumbfounded on things, and he's from South Carolina. How could he not know about the rich foundational Black American history? Anyway, what is it you want to talk about here before we or before I play more videos? Left hand.
No, I didn't want to take up too much of your time, my guy. I just want to tap in. We back on live and direct tomorrow night down in Sports. We took a couple of weeks hiatus off for the summer so we could do some things. But now we're back in the building. We're gonna be talking all types of crazy stuff. Get caught up on Hulk Hogan, Major League Trade Deadline, Summer League, NCAA football, NFL. That starts.
Once again, this big dummy couldn't hit the topic. Once again, this big dummy couldn't hit the topic. He said, "Oh no, I ain't got nothing to say about anything about my history, what I knew about my history, or anything like that. We're gonna talk about Hulk Hogan and cupcakes. That's what we're gonna talk about. Come over to my channel. We're gonna talk about chocolate cake deluxe, double chocolate cake deluxe, and Hulk Hogan. You big dummy! Like I told you before." Don't ever talk about, insinuate you outside or you pulling up on somebody. If you're going to do that, do that. That's what happened to the nation of gods and earths that you was a part of with all that peace card. So you got washed up by the kings. They pull your card, call your bluff. That's what they did.
I was never asked CBS. I was never asked CBS. I was never asked CBS.
You know
I heard about your CBS experience. I heard about your CBS experience.
I'm going to watch you up on the train. Watch your back on the subway, man. Watch your back on the subway. I
ain't got to watch my back for shit. I just got off the train. I just got off the train. I ain't got to watch my back for nothing.
I'm going to push you on the track.
Can I go back for a second? Can we go back for a second?
I'm going to throw a snack. I'm going to throw a little Debbie cake on the tracks. You go
Can I go back for a second?
Easy.
That's what
I just want to go back for a second.
That's what I'm going to do.
Okay, hold on.
I'm going to throw a little Debbie cake.
Rory, hold on. One at a time. Left-handed, you have the floor. One at a time, guys, please. Left-handed.
I'm not saying a word unless he's muted.
Well, he's there. He's listening. And Rory, fall back. Let people speak so we're not on top of each other. Go ahead.
Right. So, your man went so hard in the paint about the situation was in Cincinnati when the brothers got shot. Let's get it.
Come on.
So I'm listening to the show. Your man, oh well, they got what they deserve. He conveniently left out the part about how the white boy was driving down the street the wrong way and the brothers was trying to help him. Right? So now the white boy puts it.
That was in Kansas City. Hold on.
I'm gonna put the
left-handed. Hang on a sec. Hang on. Left-handed. That was Kansas City, not Cincinnati. You're talking about
Kansas City, Cincinnati. Said what? Same difference.
Hang on. The two black guys and the Hispanic, I forget his last name. When he got slapped, he pulled out the gun and shot the two guys. That was Kansas City. Go ahead.
Right. Did he not follow them into the store? Was he going to? Did he not follow them into the store?
Come on.
He followed them into the store. He had on a mask. He was ready for whatever. And see, this is the difference between us and y'all, right?
Come on.
If you wanted to knuckle up and get busy, you should have did that outside the store. See, now you want to talk about, oh, he gave the black dude the Emmett Till thing and all that. See, all you doing, my dude, Mr. Rory, I'm even going to acknowledge you, Mr. Rory, is you just building up a resume. So when you do see, it's going to be nothing needs to be said. It ain't going to be no words. Because you already done put yourself behind the 8 ball, son. Figuratively and literally.
Let him respond.
You did?
Let him respond so we can.
He can respond only what? All he going to do is he going to respond only what? Right. Do what he do.
Okay, go ahead. Rory, come on. I got to get back to my show. Rory, let's go.
Yeah, Star, this guy heard it from... He referred to me as Mr. Rory. So he knows his place. This Rory the Lionheart. You'll bend down and kiss the ring.
Melanin redundant.
When I see you, you're going to cop a plea. You either go call the cops or you go cop a plea. And you go bend down or get on bended knees and kiss this white Manziel ring. That's what you're going to do. It's a white boy thing, man. You saw the video? Beating black dudes up like that. I get a whole bunch of white boys come out this neighborhood, beat the hell out of you. You out of your mind? I've been living here for like 19 years.
I thought you was from the Bronx. 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 Huh? I thought you was from the Bronx. I thought you represent BX. Yeah, all right.
That's my boy, man.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, who's copping please now? You easy work, yo. You like work, yo. You like work.
Peace, God. Peace.
Guys, I have to take a break. You
scared of an 85%er. You scared of an 85%er. How the nation look?
I'm not scared of you.
You pretended you rolled up on somebody. You pretended you rolled up on somebody. Oh, man. God's in
You retarded. You retarded. I didn't say that. I said I was in the hood.
God. You talking to the white devil. You can't kill the devil.
Hey, yo, bro, hold on.
Black God.
Check this out.
You can't kill the white devil.
Hey, yo, troll baby.
White devil.
Chat room. Buddy, when you want to do this, man? When you want to do this? When you want to do this, man? When you want to do this, man? Yeah, when you want to do this, man?
Can't kill a white devil.
Hey, guys, we're now using Venmo. Can you see Venmo right there? Venmo at Star Report. We've moved on from Cash App for now. But if you want to make a donation, it's appreciated. Venmo or top of the live chat. There's PayPal or Streamlabs. Okay.
Me, man. You need to get back to the Latin Kings what they did to you.
Let me know. Man. The Latin Kings, they never did nothing to me. Stupid.
You know your history. Don't be ashamed of your history. You don't know your history. You called into the show and said you don't know your history.
You don't know your history.
You wanted to talk about little Debbie cakes and
You've been sipping on grapes and chopping on potatoes for you.
Troll babies, I'm going to take a break and go get a beer. Do you mind?
You want to be me.
All right, guys.
You want to be me.
Guys.
You want to be me.
Wild, kids.
Rory, can you hear me? Rory. I got to shut this down. Good to talk to you. Have a good one. Salute, all right?
Stop. What up?
All right, I gotta go, man. I gotta take a break.
Right.
Left-handed, I gotta take a break, man. Good to talk to both of you guys. All right, we'll resume this in the evening. All right. This is from last week on Lara Trump's show. Here it is. Let's go.
So as it turns out, when you build your entire show around sneering at half the country, audiences eventually tune out. Just ask the Late Show host, Stephen Colbert. And then there's The View, where diversity somehow means only inviting left-wing guests. It begs the question, is there still appetite for civil discourse and apolitical entertainment? Or has the liberal echo chamber become the norm? Well, Charlamagne certainly has some thoughts. Well, I give you a lot of credit because you have had me on your show. You have people with differing viewpoints on a lot of different things on your show. And Charlamagne, I think we need more of that.
Absolutely.
You know, you look, though, at things like, take a look at these numbers. This is The View. The View had, since January, from January until June, or July, look at that, 0 conservatives and 102 left-leaning guests. And then listen to—
Is that real?
That's real. And this is ABC News. And listen to what ex-reporter Terry Moran had to say. He said, but we were biased. Yes, almost inadvertently, I'd say ABC News has the same problem so many leading cultural institutions do in America, a lack of viewpoint diversity. It's no secret there are hardly any people who supported Donald Trump at ABC News or other corporate legacy mainstream news networks. How important do you think it is to have different viewpoints and allow people— I mean, you're here on my show, I appreciate that, and vice versa, you had me on yours. This is important.
I think it's very important because I think a lot of times people talk about folks they never talk to.
Yeah.
And if you think that a person is spreading misinformation, if you think that a person is lying, then, you know, bring them on your platform and have that conversation. Like, you know, present the facts, present the truth, and then let the people decide. I think that's ridiculous to never, ever have anybody on your show that you don't agree with or has an opposing view of you or is from a different political party. Because at the end of the day, man, regardless of who's in the White House, that person represents all of America. And I reserve the right to criticize both parties.
Well, and I would say that person is a representative of America, and we should all want that person to succeed for America, right? No matter your political viewpoints, right?
100% agree. Like, when you ask me, what do I think President Trump has done over the last 6 months? I don't want to say that I think he did a terrible job, but if he's doing a terrible job, I got to call it like it is. And if it was a Democrat,
I will respectfully disagree with you on that.
I understand
but that's
you would,
okay. You can have your viewpoint.
But if it was I gave President Biden the same hell too, because I didn't think he was doing a good job. All we want is somebody in those positions that's going to do a good job. I'm not a party person in no way, shape, or form. I want to say I'm an independent, but that don't make no sense because there's only 2 parties in this country, right? So you're going to end up voting for one of them.
Yeah. Do you see yourself in 2028 voting blue or voting red? And is there anyone you might already see yourself supporting?
I really don't know. I mean, I think that there's some good candidates out there. I think that we really have to look to the governors when it comes to the Democrats. I don't think that there's any change agents that's going to come out of nowhere and shake things up in the Democratic Party. I think it's going to end up being a governor, Josh Shapiro or a Wes Moore, somebody like that. And they actually have a track record, right? Because you can go look at their states to see what they're probably going to end up doing on a national level. The only other person I would like to see in 2028 run, and this is going to sound ridiculous probably coming from me, I would love to see Jon Stewart run in 2028. If we're talking about a change agent coming from the outside that's really going to shake things up and somebody that I feel like can speak to, all people. Plus he's a celebrity who actually knows what they're talking about. We've seen him get legislation and stuff, passed before. Like, we know where his heart is. He'd be somebody I'd like to see really get in the race and disrupt things in 2028.
Well,
maybe a Jon Stewart Colbert ticket because Colbert's not going to have a job. He's not working because of President Trump, so they say.
Well, people say different things. They also say he lost $40 million a year for CBS, which is also a bit of a problem whenever you're trying to have a successful show. If you had to pick a Republican who might be able to earn your vote, is there anyone you like that you would look at?
I mean, I was in South Carolina. I grew up in South Carolina under, somebody like Nikki Haley, right? So I can see something like that. I do think, and this is I think that traditional conservatives are going to take the Republican Party back. I think there's a political coup going on right now in the Republican Party that people aren't paying attention to.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think that this Epstein thing is going to be a way for traditional conservatives to take their party back. I really do. I think that they know this is the issue that has gotten the base riled up. The MAGA base isn't letting this issue go. And for the first time, they know they can, probably take their party back and not piss off the MAGA base. I think they're going to do that.
Well, I would say, we've never seen a typical election since the day that Donald Trump came down the golden escalator. So I don't know that we'll ever see another typical kind of traditional election with traditional Republicans. I don't know. I feel like things have changed, the game changed, and to say that the old guard is going to kind of come back, that's a lot. That's a big statement.
But that's the mistake Republicans are going to make. Republicans are going to make the same mistake that Democrats made, and I'll tell you what I mean by that. Barack Obama was a one-of-one, once-in-a-lifetime, political juggernaut, and since Barack Obama, every Democrat has tried to be Barack Obama. You're not Barack Obama.
You got to be yourself.
It's going to be the same thing with Republicans. Say what you want. Donald Trump is a once-in-a-lifetime, one-on-one political juggernaut. You're not going to be Donald Trump. So if you think you're going to be able to do what Donald Trump has done, talk the way Donald Trump has talked, get away with what Donald Trump has got away with, it's not going to happen. So everybody right now, we have the opportunity to have a huge reset. I think you should blow it all up. I think that people are really sick and tired of what we've been presented from both parties. By the way, we knew this before the last election. They were telling us that 70% of people did not want to see a rematch between Trump or Biden. So it's we know we want something different. Everybody wants something different. So I think that if Democrats keep doing the same old thing, they're going to keep getting the same results. And if Republicans, think that they can repeat what has been done and don't try to give the people something new, they're going to get the results they don't want.
Well, just to wrap up here, and I appreciate our whole conversation. You know, you on your show have a lot of young viewers. You're very influential, I think, with a lot of people. What would be your message to this next generation of voters? Because they're going to play a very pivotal role coming up in these midterms and coming up in 2028. What's your message?
Let's stop listening to the catchy slogans. You know, let's stop putting on jerseys for different parties, and let's just focus on the people who are putting the ideas out there that truly are going to put more money in your pocket and truly are going to make you feel safe in this country. Like, who is the forward-thinking people that are talking about, you know, making this country more affordable, who are talking about really making you as an individual smarter, telling you what sectors to get into the world to make, you know, this country better. Listen to people's ideas. Like, we focus too much on individuals. We focus too much on identity. We focus too much on party. What are people's ideas? Because that is what is going to always win.
All right. Well, Charlamagne, we appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for sitting down with me, and I hope we'll see you back here soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, can I play something else since I'm doing homework? Homework for myself. And if you're just now joining me, I've been asking the question with regards to Jamaica. Or actually, maybe it's not a question. I'm shocked that they're celebrating something called Pirate Week. Again, they have been celebrating Pirate Week throughout the Caribbean and other places over the centuries. But this is kind of shocking. I found a video here with regards to the sunken city that made Jamaica world famous again. You guys know about this already, but let me play this just to add context to why I'm so shocked, okay? Here we go. Sit back, relax. I'm doing homework.
It was once called the wickedest city on earth. Now, it stands beside the pyramids of Giza and the Great Wall of China as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Yes, Port Royal, our forgotten fishing village, has just been recognized as one of the most important places on the planet, not just for Jamaicans, but for all of humanity. So, what changed? Or better yet, what took so long? At exactly 11:43 a.m. on June 7th, 1692, the earth split open beneath Port Royal. Within minutes, 2/3 of the city, including people, buildings, marketplaces, and churches, slid into the sea. But here's the part some Jamaicans don't know. That entire underwater city still exists, frozen in time beneath Kingston Harbor, still intact, still holding its secrets. That's why UNESCO just gave it the highest global honor in heritage, because no other place in the Western Hemisphere has an authentic, preserved 17th century sunken city. Port Royal is not just a historical site, it's an archaeological miracle. But now that the world is watching, what happens next could make or break how Jamaica benefits from this designation. Let's go deeper. Why Port Royal matters. In the 1600s, Port Royal wasn't just any town. It was the beating heart of British power in the Caribbean. Bigger than Kingston, richer than Boston. A place where merchants traded sugar and gold, and where pirates like Henry Morgan made and broke empires. At its peak, it was called the richest city in the New World, and the most wicked, because it was also a playground for crime, indulgence, and betrayal. But then came the quake, and the wicked city became a watery grave. The earthquake that destroyed Port Royal didn't just end a city, it preserved it. For over 330 years, that sunken world has remained untouched under layers of silt and silence. Pewter plates still lie on wooden shelves. Pocket watches, frozen at 11:43, still tick inside the wreckage. It's our Pompeii, our Atlantis. And now, it's officially one of the world's greatest treasures. What UNESCO status really means. Being added to the UNESCO World Heritage List is not just a shiny badge. It means Jamaica now has a legal and moral responsibility to protect Port Royal at all costs. To the world, it now belongs to everyone, but the world is trusting Jamaica to care for it. UNESCO doesn't take this lightly. If we fail to manage Port Royal properly, it could be placed on the Heritage in Danger list, or worse, stripped of the title. That's happened before. Sites in Germany, Oman, and even the US have been delisted. So now, the spotlight isn't just on Port Royal, it's on Jamaica. What's at stake? Here's the part nobody likes to talk about. World Heritage status can be a blessing, but without a plan, it can also be a curse. If too many tourists flood Port Royal without proper limits, we could destroy the very thing the world came to see. Venice is drowning. Machu Picchu is cracking under tourist weight. Do we want Port Royal to be next? Then there's another risk: gentrification. As visitors pour in and property values rise, the same families who kept the town alive for generations could be pushed out. This has happened in Barcelona, in Amsterdam. And if we're not careful, it could happen here. That's why the stakes are high, and why smart action is urgent. The path to prosperity. Here's the good news. Jamaica can win big from this. Tourism? Yes, but not just in volume, in value. We're talking about high-value visitors, history lovers, educators, and eco-conscious travelers who spend more and respect heritage. Jobs? Plenty. From certified local tour guides to artisans making replica artifacts, to guest houses run by families right in the community. And education. Think of the impact of a world-class onshore museum, one that uses VR and 3D to let visitors experience the sunken city without diving. One that preserves history while creating income. It's already been done in Baia, Italy, in Alexandria, Egypt. Why not here? We can even learn from Belize, where local fishing communities became guardians of the barrier reef. Or from South Africa's Isimangaliso Park, which created over 12,000 local jobs. Port Royal can be the same. If we lead with conservation, empower the community, and keep development in check, we can transform a forgotten village into a global model. Who must act now? So who holds the key? The government must establish a single Port Royal World Heritage Management Authority. No red tape, no turf wars. One team, one mission. The people of Port Royal must be given a seat at the table and a fair share of the profits. They should lead the tours, own the shops, tell the stories. They are the soul of the site.
Hey there, area code 647. Homework edition. Please watch the language. Are you there? 647.
Hey, sir. Is David Cordova tapping in?
David, let me get your information for the screen.
Yes,
Today's religious talk. So yeah, man, Pirates Week. The hell?
Yeah, no. To me, it's rather sickening, to be honest. I don't think it's fair that the Jamaican people are entrusted with the responsibility of preserving a culture that did nothing for them. Why are they the caretakers and the custodians that have to resurrect the legacy of this sunken city? Because it was the wickedest city. God sunk it for a reason. So I find it kind of ironic. It's kind of ironic now that they have to hold it up in high regard as a mantle to the world, and they're responsible for preserving this culture of piracy. The pirates didn't do anything for black people. Pirates were out for self. They were chasing wealth. They were robbing merchant ships.
Right.
Pirates think it's the only time. Yeah, there could have been a few instances where pirates freed some enslaved Africans, but it was just to exploit them for their own purposes. Okay. To bring them on board. So, but this is the problem with tourism at its heart, because these islands, to a certain degree, they have to compromise their integrity in order to generate revenue for the island. Mm-hmm. And it just sucks. It's disheartening that we got to preserve this culture. And then the world is saying, oh, we have to do it. And then they're going to put mandates on us that you gotta do this. We don't have to do anything, right? So it's unfair. But if they're going to do it, then they should exploit it the same way they were exploited. Do it for money. And I hope they generate lots of revenue from it. And I hope the money goes.
Well, they will.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, and let it serve the people before the outside interferences, outside people take over, because they always take over everything. But it sucks. Like, why should we have to celebrate piracy? Captain Morgan, we got a rum problem on the island. They call it the plastic cup. Everyone's carrying the plastic cup with the white rum. So.
But hold on a second, David. You're originally from Jamaica, but you live in Canada, so you go back and forth.
No. Fred, I was born in Canada. Both my parents were born in the island of Jamaica.
Oh, okay.
You're
Canadian.
I was on vacation.
You're Canadian.
I'm a Canadian. Last time I went back was on vacation. Everyone, the families, they're either dead or they left the island. they went to America and never went back. And I'm the only one that went back, but I did it on vacation.
Okay.
I went to Montego Bay.
Stop right there. And I so appreciate you calling in, guys. I'm talking to David D. Cordova from Today's Religious Talk on YouTube. Should we mind our business? Star, who's never been to Jamaica. David, a Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
You have Jamaican roots, but you don't pay taxes there. You don't know what it's like to go to oh God, what's the place where they're digging in the ground and then the mining? What is that for the box, right?
Mm-hmm.
What is that place?
Not sure. I'm not sure, Star.
So maybe this is what they have to do to stay alive. And who is Andrew, Dr. Andrew Holness? He looks like he looks like a pimp, straight pimp.
Of course, they all are. They're all exploiting for financial gain, and then using the black people on the island. The black people have always been exploited back then and now today. And it just sucks.
Cockpit country. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Sorry. Cockpit country. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's not their responsibility to preserve this legacy. If they don't want to do it, they shouldn't have to. The world shouldn't pressure them to do it. They shouldn't have to. But if they're going to do it for the money and let the money benefit the people. The situation's bad enough. We're celebrating KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Maybe they can hand that out at the Pirate Festival. Maybe they can have KFC stalls for the tourists and give them chicken as well. This is all sickening. It's all sickening, and because what's at stake here, we all have a stake in this because it's the black cultural identity, that's being compromised because people are going to look back and they're going to associate Jamaica with KFC and pirates, right? Why don't they talk about Nanny, the Maroon that defeated the British in guerrilla warfare? Why don't they talk about the Maroons, the black people that were never enslaved? Talk about that. Let's have a week-long festival for the pirates. Like, seriously, You should have a week-long festival for Nanny. Celebrate that. And this is the problem. Like the black cultural identity has been compromised because these black these are European celebrations. The same thing I said about Carnival, Caravana. This is a European festival being marketed as a black cultural expression. You got black people jumping up and down, drunk, half naked, and the world is saying that's black people. That's how they behave. This is their culture. That's not black culture. That's European culture, right? So the black cultural identity has been compromised, and we're made to believe that that's us when that's not us, right? There's a few black pirates, but they need to focus on them, but it's very few. But at the end of the day, the history is going to be whitewashed and wiped out and erased. And black people need to fight to preserve their culture and not the cultures of other people. What the hell are you fighting to preserve? The piracy, the buccaneers. You should preserve your own damn culture. Preserve your own culture and stop preserving European battleships that were fighting for gold and robbing merchant ships.
David, hold on a second, guys. Thank you for your support. This is a homework edition, but someone sent in a donation here. I don't have my contacts in, but I'm going to put it on the screen nonetheless. There was a reference about Port Royal and Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm sure Jamaica was the responsibility. If Jamaica has the responsibility to preserve it, then they better reap the benefits. The world is box. Okay. I hear you talking, David. And I appreciate your insight, your knowledge. But yeah, man, maybe this guy's got a point. Maybe Jamaica needs to benefit off of the whole Port Royal thing. Everybody else.
They should.
Everybody else just fall back, doing too much.
Yeah, they should. Don't do it for free. Don't do anything for free.
Mahogany said, "Who gives a damn?" I do. Okay, Mahogany, are you FBA? I don't give a fuck if it ain't about America. Okay. Thank you, Mahogany, for your comment. All right. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you. Do you care about Charlamagne being called low IQ and a sleazebag by President Trump? David D. Cordova?
I'm not trying to hate on Charlamagne. I just don't understand how he became such a prominent voice in Black America. That's the part I don't get. I've seen him on CNN, other major broadcasts, and that's fine. That's his success. But I don't see him as a political spokesperson. I don't see him as a political pundit. I see him as more of a shock jock who critiques hip-hop culture. So it behooves me that he's on these major television broadcasts discussing political issues relevant to Black American society. Like I said, I don't want to take anything from him. Maybe he's educated. His mother was a school teacher. Maybe he has a right to speak. I'm not FBA, but I just think with all the people out there, where's Mark Lamont Hill? We're like, they need a young Black educated man. That man wasn't he a Harvard professor? Like Charlamagne the God?
Guys,
like that's who they choose?
Guys, isn't Mark Lamont Hill a professor now at Temple University? Mark Lamont Hill is a smart guy. I've never met him, but people classify him sometimes as anti-Semitic, and he was on CNN. I forget how long. I remember sometimes he would get so passionate about conversations, he would start. Tears ran down his face. Yes, no troll babies. Mark Lamont Hill. You remember that, David, or no?
Yeah, no. Mark Lamont. He got into a lot of heat for his position on Israel, so he got canceled. But
tears, literally. It's like some type of nervous condition. When tears,
I don't remember him crying though. I don't remember that.
I'm telling you, the hater missed nothing. Tears, right?
Facts.
Tears and snot. But you're right. He's a smart guy. But I think that Charlamagne is he's what they want. Somebody who's not too smart, but at the same time,
facts.
At the same time, he's he's not going to cause a dust up. A dust up. He's just a pervert. Let him smell chairs and say stupid stuff, and we'll bring him on the show to hate on the Democrats. Hang on a second.
Yeah, to the establishment, these people are selected to be figures, spokespersons for the Black community. He's selected. That's why Trump can say he's a low IQ sleazeball, because it shows that they pay attention to urban media. Because he can't base that off one interview with his daughter. How did he deduce that? Because he's well aware of his history on radio. He knows who he is. That's the fun fact. That's the surprise. They're well aware, but it's just no different to D.L. Hughley. When they gave D.L. Hughley a show on CNN for a period of time, if anyone remembers that.
I'm so glad you said that, because most people don't remember. How long was he on CNN, D.L. Hughley?
Man, it probably was like maybe a couple weeks. That show didn't last a hot minute. But you have this guy interviewing educated lawyers and politicians. Yeah. And I'm like, damn, this is embarrassing. Like, they pick and choose and select who they're going to prop up. And they choose the least worthy or the least people to represent these issues. You can't take D.L. Hughley, a comedian, and stick him on CNN for the world to see that he can't have that level of educated conversation with these types of people.
Right.
You can't have Charlamagne, the God, Charlamagne Dugard talking about the state of Black America. My God. No, it should be Charlamagne, my God, not Charlamagne Dugard. It's like, my God. And I mean this. I swear to God. Like
David D. Cordova with bars. How's bars?
Jesus
Charlamagne,
Christ. Like, I'm
MAGA.
I'm in Canada, but Charlamagne, my God, how is he speaking about this stuff? He's not qualified. I'm sorry. He's not qualified, And, stay in your lane, man. Like, just stay in your, he wrote the book Black Privilege and whatever, but
I never read it.
I don't.
I didn't get it.
Yeah, no.
I didn't get
Me
it.
neither.
I didn't get it enough to pick it up. But hold on a second. Thank you, Deeds. Deeds always got the research. Mark Lamont Hill is a professor of urban education at the CUNY Graduate Center in New York. I think he's also a professor at Temple in Philly. But you're right, smart man. I have no problem with him. I think he does a great job. I don't get a chance to watch too often, but he's on the Joe Budden podcast.
Thank God. I appreciate Joe Budden for having intellectual Black people on his show, because that takes a lot of heart to do. Because it was that other girl on State of the Culture. Ebony K. Williams? Yeah, she was a lawyer. Like, even though she was terrible at hip hop commentary, at least it gave the audience a chance to see an intellectual Black woman talk, other than just Remy Ma and her, prison stories and stuff.
Right.
And that's why she was always antagonistic towards her on the panel, because anytime you have an educated Black person, they always pose a threat to the other people on the panel. They just want to attack them because they speak good English. But
hang on a second, David. Okay, Deeds says Mark Lamont Hill left Temple in 2023. Okay. Did he leave, or did they show him the door behind all that anti-Semitic talk? No, I remember him on CNN, and he used to get so worked up that tears came down at his eyes. Yes, no, anybody know what I'm talking about, or am I crazy? David, can you Google D.L. Hughley? Yeah, I think you're right. He was only on CNN for like a couple of weeks.
yeah. This is Mark Lamont Hill.
No, D.L. Hughley.
Oh, D.L. Hughley cries. Oh, my God. Even worse. He's supposed to have
No. I'm sorry. Mark Lamont Hill. He used to.
Oh, Mark Lamont. Okay, yeah.
Well, maybe it's a nervous condition. Maybe I shouldn't say cries, but he used to get worked up and tears.
There are news reports indicating that Mark Lamont Hill has not been seen crying publicly. Yeah, the question lies likely refers to the controversy surrounding his remarks about Israel and Palestine. Which led to his termination from CNN.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when he used to give commentary. And he said when I get nervous or something.
Mark Lamont cries racism over American Eagle ad.
No.
Not that one.
I'm talking about years ago. It's some type of nervous thing. But anyway, so D.L. Hughley, how long was he on CNN? Can you Google that before you go? I appreciate your help, man.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let me look this up. D.L. Hughley.
Hey, Olivia. Olivia says, Star, he was let go from CNN for saying from the river to the sea. Oh, okay, right. Yeah. You got to go. You start talking anti-Semitic like that. Time for you to go. Thank you, Olivia.
Wow. From October 25th, 2008, just to March 2009, hosted and headed. Yeah, comedian D.L.
Hughley. D.L. Hughley
would be. They said he'd be ending the show due to a desire to work in Los Angeles to be closer to his family. I think that's cap.
That's cap.
There was no substance. He had no substantive value to add. He was just selected to have a show. They always choose these guys to represent. I don't know why, but they get the spotlight.
Hey, man, I appreciate you for tapping in on the topics. When are you going live again or posting content on your platform? Today's Religious Talk.
Just doing a lot of research right now. I'm in the preparation stage because it takes a while to compile the information to truly make a bold statement. So right now I'm still living off the last podcast, which is the reason why I am not going to Caravana. That is like the main one. I really want everyone to check that out.
Whoa.
Because it's a really good podcast. I'm trying to drive it through these people's heads so that they understand.
Well, hold on.
You know?
Hold on. What is that for those who don't know? You're in Canada. What is that event you're talking about?
Yes, the Toronto Caribbean Carnival, affectionately known as Caravana. This is the largest grossing festival in North America. Every year it attracts close to 1 million people. Last year, over 400,000. And it's showcasing Caribbean culture, but they just lump us all into one pile. Caravana started out in Trinidad by Afro-Trinidadians, but what the city likes to do is just group us all in one and just call it a Caribbean Carnival, even though it's not our culture. Right. It's French European culture that originated in Rome with the festival called Saturnalia, and then it became a Catholic event, and now they think it's just about black people jumping up and down in the hot sun in feathers. That has nothing. It's not a black cultural expression. It never was. It came out of slavery. It was the slave masters that celebrated masked parties, and now, and this is why you got Mardi Gras in the South. So this is why we're all connected. Whether it's FBA or Caribbean blacks, we're connected. We have deep roots through history. People forget that a lot of Southern black people were shipped to Jamaica to be slaves and vice versa. A lot of Jamaican slaves were shipped to the Deep South. So you might have a Jamaican great something in your family. So this is why it pays to have knowledge of what's going on in the diaspora. But yeah, I'm trying to enforce to these people that this is a European festival. But we're the ones who are.
So you don't want to go just to film the whores? The whores out there, man. Come on, Dave.
I thought about it. I was going to bring my little camera and my tripod and maybe make some content for my channel, but I don't want to.
Hold on now, because you see, I am the man with the plan. Do you have one of those microphones that says today's religious talk, kind of like CNN on it?
No, but I thought, wow, do you remember? I thought about that.
Hang on. You gotta get one. Get a microphone and get one of those little blocks that says today's religious talk. Get somebody to hold the camera as you're walking around. Put that microphone in people's faces. Get you some content, man. Get out there. Talk to a whore.
Why not?
And as you're talking to her, you've got the microphone in one hand, the Bible in the next, and you're blessing her. Bless her.
Fire. That's it. I should bring the Bible downtown and start preaching at Dundas Square with everyone else. You know what? I just might go outside.
No, David. You only approach really good-looking girls. And then you bless them. You keep it short. You don't want to be out there, foaming at the mouth, talking, preaching the word. That's old shit. Run up on a pretty girl, ask her name, and say, "Do you mind if I just say a prayer for you? You look like one of God's beautiful creatures." There you go. All right.
That's game. That's Riz. I'm gonna try it out.
All right. Good to talk to you, man. Salute.
All respect. Thanks, sir.
Okay.